What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. I'm your host, as always, Amelia, and today we're talking a little bit about, kids movies. I'm changing the whole channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're shutting it down, where we're just gonna talk about kids movies from now on. PG, nothing else. That's it. Just PG, G movie, G rated. PG, that's even too much now. I'm so kidding. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome in. Let's talk a little bit of horror. Talk some horror. Talk some Art the Clown. Let's talk about ripping people in half. Why the hell not? What's up, dog? How you guys doing? Gory Tiger is saying, what's up? What's up, Gory Tiger? Is there like a story behind this name? Did you find a tiger that was covered in gore at one point? I need to know more. I gotta know. There's so much behind this name. I'm so curious. What's up, dog? How's it going? Welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. RJ Skorenki is saying, what a weekend. Let's talk some Scream 7. let's talk some disaster. Let's talk disaster, because that's what we're in for pretty much with Scream 7. That's where I'm at least. A lot of people are like, nah, dude, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'm so glad so many people think it's gonna be great. That makes me so happy. I hope it's great. I hope it's fantastic. I have zero faith in the film at the moment, but we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. Tell you that much, man. Amy is back with another Adult Swim profile picture. Which one is this one? Okay, hang on now. Oh, I don't think I know that one. I'm gonna be honest. We're getting into some obscurity here, Amy. I dig it. Amy is always doing Adult Swim shorts profile pictures, and we dig it. I love it. I don't know which one that is, Amy. You got me stumped. I don't even know what's going on there. I dig it, though. El Dante, what's up, dog? Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. I appreciate you, man. It's that time. Good evening, Jake. You good? How we all in chat? I'm chilling, man. I had a very early start to the day, so Jake's a little tired. But I'm chilling, man. We're vibing. We're vibing out. We're having fun. That's what matters. So thanks for being here, El Dante. I really appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking a little horror with us tonight. You're saying you watched Amityville the other day, the classic one, and was kind of meh. It's not good, really. I don't think, am I wrong? I've never been crazy about the Amityville movies. The one that I was kind of shocked, surprised by, whatever, is the time travel one. I see, like, I've seen the original Amityville. I'm like, whatever, it's clearly what The Conjuring was inspired by and stuff like that. Cool, whatever. I'm not a big fan of it either, if I'm being honest, El Dante. But I remember on a whim, I was just like, you know what? One of these, there's like 30 of these movies for context. I'm looking through all these movies, and one of them is about time travel. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, no way. This has gotta be bad. Let's put it on. Lo and behold, from what I've seen of the Amityville movies, it's my favorite. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen 3 of them. I've seen the Ryan Reynolds one, the original, and that one. that's all I've seen. So out of those 3, that one's my favorite. Hot take. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I don't know if anyone's like pining over the Amityville remake with Ryan Reynolds, but hey, that's just me, man. But I feel you, El Dante. I feel it, man. Tyrese. Is it Tyrese, man? There's an A in there and it really fucks me up. I'm so sorry, dog, but thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Last name Daniels. Dr. Lawrence Gordon. Ooh, will he come back? I hope so. That'd be really cool, man. Carrie Elwes has said some weird things about the Saw franchise, though. I don't think he wants to come back, which makes me sad. It really does. It really does make me sad. I'd love to see him come back for one more go around. Maybe it'll happen, though. Maybe in Saw 12, You never know, man. You never know. Thanks for being here, dog. I appreciate you. Evan is with us, too. What's up, Evan? How's it going, man? Hey, Jake, how's your day? My day has been good. I woke up super early this morning, got a bunch done in the morning. I worked out and everything. I'm trying to get my schedule back on track here. Sometimes Jake likes to sleep in. I'm gonna be honest. I really like to sleep in. I don't like to get out of bed until like 12 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta fix that, dog. So this morning I fixed that. Got out of bed. It's like 6:30, and we started doing things, and it sucks. I can't believe people have to do that, man. It's crazy. I wish we could just sleep in. That's the dream, right? So Amy is saying Scream 7 will be the expendables of the Scream franchise. I heard that was really bad. Anyone see that? I didn't check it out. I'm gonna be honest, I checked out of that franchise pretty early, but I'm curious what everyone else has to say about that movie in particular. Denisha Lane, what's up? Thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate you, everyone. Denisha just walked into the room and was like, everyone. Like you have a secret you're hiding, Denisha. I like it. I like the mystery. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hell yeah, let's go. Jason Dyer, our resident alligator fan. You gotta love it. Guys, if you haven't seen Alligator from 1980, it would mean the world to me and Jason Dyer if you watched it. We gotta host a watch party on here, man. It's your Christmas wish. I didn't forget about that. Sarah Campbell, what's up, dog? How's it going? The queen is here. A member for 13 months. Lucky number 13. I love it. Time flies when you live life a quarter mile at a time. You know, it really does. It really does, Sarah. It has been a blast having you in the KillJoy cult, Sarah. I just want you to know that. I don't like to play favorites, but Sarah's particularly pretty awesome. She's always on the page. She comes on every now and then. She gives awesome stuff in the podcast. If you have not listened to our podcasts together, we have one coming on Final Destination, which I still need to message you about. I'm so sorry. It's been like just so hectic with the holidays, and I'm planning a movie right now and shit. I haven't had a second to sit down. I'm taking tomorrow night off, and I'm so excited. You don't even know. But me and Sarah have some more content coming your way, and I'm very excited. Sarah, as always, I really do appreciate you just supporting the page, hanging out with me. Really does mean a lot. So thank you. Thank you so much for 13 months of support. Holy shit. Damn, it's awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashley S., what's up? What's up? You know, I haven't played that clip in a while. Ashley, for you, I'll play it. Here we go. Scary movie, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
There you go. There you go. Dig it. Love it. Thanks for being here, Ashley. I appreciate you. Jump Scare TV is saying happy holidays. Happy holidays, my friends. Yes, you know, this whole month has been filled with holidays to the brim for all of our different friends out there. But it's exciting. It's exciting times. December is always a fun month, right? No matter what you celebrate, no matter what you're here for, whatever you're vibing with, I just hope you're able to spend some time with your friends and families this month. I really do. It means a lot. You know, I know we all get in the thick of it. We all get busy, and it sucks. But remember to spend some time with your friends and family this month, ladies and gentlemen. It's important. You know, work can wait. I promise you it can. That's advice I need to take myself, trust me. But Jump Scare TV, thank you so much for the happy holiday wishes. I appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. JR Tap, what's up, dog? What's up, JR? Let's get the latest update on Scream 7. Latest update, we're still fucked. we're at, what is it? Is DEFCON 1 the worst one? I always forget. I always mess that up. We're at DEFCON 1 with the Scream franchise, pretty much, JR. So sorry. So sorry about that, dog. Trust me, I wish, I'm just the messenger. You know, I'm just the messenger, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, God, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Jacob, what's up, dog? Jacob Goad? Is that how you pronounce that? I see A's in the middle of things and it fucks me up, you know? You guys don't know my real last name, but it's also awful. What's good, y'all? What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? I love your first name. I love. No, I'm a big fan of that one. Thanks for being here, dog. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Eric Cartman is with us from South Park himself. Hey, Jake, who is an actor you would cast as any horror character? Just a random horror character, who would I cast? My pick would be Emma Myers from Wednesday as Leah Cabot and Christine. Oh, okay. Is Emma Myers her friend? I can't remember her name. Man, I watched it once and I can't remember. Hang on. We're gonna fact check this because I'm too stupid, unfortunately. Emma Myers. I'm gonna spell this wrong. Here we go. Is that her friend? I remember her being blonde. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Enid. Oh, I'm like, I can't remember that name. Yes. Oh, okay. I see that. She looks very young in the show, but I'm looking at a picture of her now and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I could see that. I actually could see that working. Man, the cast of the show was so fantastic. I'm just looking at the cast of this again. Wednesday was really fun. I don't know. I really enjoyed it personally. I had a great time with it. If I could cast anybody as like a horror character in something popular, here's a weird one. There's this movie that came out earlier this year called It Lives Inside, and I gotta remember this actor's name. But the dude is the spitting image of a young Skeet Ulrich. If they ever do a Scream remake, God forbid, right? Gage Marsh, who played Russ in It Lives Inside. Dude looks and sounds just like a young Skeet Ulrich. I mean, listen, we've talked a lot on this page about doing like a prequel series to Scream. If that were to happen, it would be so hard to cast, right? I mean, finding someone to be the perfect Billy, the perfect Stu, oh my God, like that. If you casted the wrong person, it would all be over, right? That person is who I would pick for a young Billy Loomis, like all day, every day, in the voice, the look. I'm like, this is perfect. This would work so well. This would be awesome. So that's who I would personally cast if, God forbid, they ever do a remake or a prequel to Scream, whatever. That's who I would want to be played by to play Billy Loomis. Jacob Myers, what's up, dog? Another name I really like. Wow, just two different names here two completely different names that I really like. What's up, Jacob Myers? What's up, dog? Welcome in, appreciate you. VKD Villain Killin' Dylan, what's up, dog? Hi, man. How you doing? Dylan's always coming into the streams. Dylan's been here for a very long time. And Dylan, I just appreciate you too. We're showing a lot of appreciation for people today. And Dylan, you're awesome, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for constantly supporting the page, man. Means a lot. Really does. Darkness hell. Oh, evil. I love it. Daddy Jake is back. Are you ready for Christmas? Daddy Jake is ready for Christmas, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I get the day off. Like I don't even know what that's like. I've worked almost every single day for like the last, actually on Friday I didn't work. let's be real. Got some exciting news about a little secret project Jake has in the works. So can't say any more than that for right now, but soon you guys will know. Soon you guys will know what I'm cooking up. But Darkness Hell, thanks for being here, dog. Appreciate you. I'm very excited for Christmas. It's going to be fun. Evan is saying, coming to the end of the year, what has been your favorite horror movie of the year? You'll find out in the last video of the year, dog. I can't spoil the surprise. I might have spoiled the surprise on a live stream last night, but you guys will never know what I'm talking about. But no, I got a big video coming at the end of the year. I'm ranking every single horror movie I watched in 2023. And I know some of you are going to be mad and be like, Jake, you didn't talk about this movie though. What the heck, dog? I tried. I really tried to watch them all. But there was a lot of 2023 horror movies, man. We even talked about one on a stream last night that I hadn't even heard of. I'm like, I don't even know what this movie is. What do you mean? I'm like, how did I miss this? So, Evan, you'll find out in not even a couple weeks, dude. No, that's a lie. Less than 2 weeks from today is when you'll find out. I'm posting it on December 31st, talking about every movie I watched this year. I'm excited to rip some apart. They need to make a full-on Devil May Cry movie. Oh, you got to talk to my buddy Matt about that. He is so insistent on that, bro. I'm Max. I like the name. I'm Max. Sounds like something I'd buy for my living room, like for something that would be like, whoa, the Max. I don't know why. That's what's going through my head, like a subwoofer or something. The Max. I love it. Recently came across your channel. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for coming across. Thanks for hanging out. Just finished a 13-hour shift to see you are live. Really enjoy your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. We're just goofing around. We're vibing here. We're talking horror. If you got something you want to talk about, just throw it in the chat. I try to get to like everybody's thing. It's really tough for me to do that, but I'm a weird perfectionist like that. So I'm going to try to get to as many chats as I possibly can. I can't promise every single one, although I kind of just did, but I will try. I will try so hard, dog. I'm Max. Thanks for being here. Thankfully you got through a 13-hour shift. Whoa, that's rough. I used to do 10-hour shifts, man. Like that was rough. 13 hours? Jeez. I'm Max. Mad respect. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat is here. Get over here. I'm back for revenge. Yes, Scorpion. I want to see you keep coming back for revenge. I want 100 Mortal Kombat movies where you're just fighting people. Love it. Gory Tiger is saying Gory is short for Gregory and Tiger is my real last name. No way. Oh, okay. So you're not a Gory Tiger. You're Gregory Tiger. Okay. It makes a lot more sense. I dig it though, nonetheless. Oh, you put that in the chat earlier. You were saying Gregory Tiger. Okay, you know what? That's still an epic handle though. Gregory Tiger. I would not fuck with a Gregory Tiger. That's awesome. It's a badass name, dude. Very good shit. Denisha Lane has been a member for 12 months. Jake, 12 months. Love y'all and still drink Kool-Aid. Nice, Denisha. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the Kool-Aid. There's nothing else in it. There's nothing, no kind of brain control, mind control shit in there. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Denisha, I really appreciate your support. A year of support? That's insane. That's awesome. Thank you, Denisha. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. You're keeping this channel alive. Thank you. Thank you so much. Denisha's awesome. Denisha's been with us for a very long time as well. We have a lot of like long timers in the chat tonight. That makes me very happy. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for still putting up with my dumbass all these years later. So appreciate it, guys. Really does mean a lot. Sarah Campbell is with us saying, hey friends. I think I already said hi to you, Sarah. I already said hi to you. I'm just kidding. I'll say hi again. What's up, Doc? Jacob really wants Spyglass to sell the rights because I'd love a new take, but I was really looking forward to what they could have done with 7. I 100% agree, dude. I'm down for a new version of Scream, but not under these circumstances, right? Like, doesn't that kind of blow? It's like, man, I'd be into it if like we had just concluded a story, you know? It's like, okay, we put the new character story to rest. We kind of finished up the legacy story thing. let's start something new, right? I'd be like, cool, yeah, whatever. Let's try it out. We put that to bed in the last movie. We're doing Scream 8, 5 years down the line, whatever. A reboot, fantastic. Now, but that's just not the case, Whatever we get next, I just feel like it's going to be out of ill will, out of negative connotation, which makes me so sad. I would have loved to have seen what they could have done with 7, man. I don't believe the rumors, by the way, either. I don't believe them for a second. About them going to LA and stuff. That's too generic. I don't buy it. I can't buy that they would do that. Susanna Martin, hi. Susanna's really excited. I love it. You got the exclamation point and everything. What's up, Susanna? Welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. Sir Ghost, Sir Ghost edits BR and reverse flash edits. Saying, hi, Jake, one question for you. Stu Macher really returns in Scream 7. Well, so it's a popular theory, nonetheless, that has been around for a while now. I'm going to say it probably won't happen, though. And there's a couple of reasons why I say that. Mr. Matthew Lillard himself has even put the theory to bed recently, stating that he's kind of like, he just wants that to be done. He doesn't want to be associated with Scream 7, with everything that's going on right now. This is a recent quote, too. You can look it up. I think it's from Entertainment Weekly. Dude's probably not coming back. Me personally, I'm on the Stu train because I think whatever Scream 7's going to be, I don't think it's going to be good. But if it can make some people happy, and they can bring Stu back and people would be like, oh my God, no way, that's awesome, I love Scream 7. If part of the fan base can be happy, that makes me happy. I don't think Scream 7's gonna make me happy, whatever it is. So if it can make other fans happy, hell yes, run it, baby. That's what I say. So for your sake, Sir Ghost Edits, if you're someone who wants Stu to return, of course, you implied that in your little message here. You didn't exactly say it outright. I would say, hell yes, run it back, let's make it happen. Sarah Campbell has gifted a KillJoy Jake membership. Thank you so much, Sarah. You're simply too kind. Simply too kind, Sarah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. And another one. Look at that. Look, Sarah's just killing it as always. We appreciate you. Two for one. Damn. Love it, Sarah. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Jason Dyer is saying, horror fan, I need a great 80s film to watch. Alligator, hold my beer. We need that alligator watch party. Dude, yes we do, Jason. Thank you so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. No, but seriously, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Alligator, I'm gonna do a watch party. The first one I do, it's gonna be Alligator. Jason has requested it so many times. We gotta make it happen. I also want to hear, this is just I know we're talking horror movies and all that, but I want to start doing live watch parties. Is that something we'd be into? Because here's my thing. I can only do so many streams a week with what my schedule looks like and stuff and my voice permitting. I've been talking all day. I'm slowly losing my voice as we go right now. If I could do a stream where I'm basically just watching a movie and commenting on it, that would be pretty cool. That would be like, oh, that's another stream I can do in the week. That's badass. So I would love to do these. I think that would be really fun. If you guys are into that, leave me something about it in the chat. I'll get to it here in a sec. I'm curious what you guys think, if that's a yay or a nay. So throw it out there. Jason Dyer, thank you so much for the $5, man. I really do appreciate that. Alligator watch party. Let's try to make it happen. Slasher Studios is here. What's up, dog? We're talking about Hereditary and Midsommar in the chat. That makes me happy. Love both of these movies. The mom was annoying and dad was okay in the movie. She's a good actor. I think, I don't know, man, I gotta disagree. I think Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary is one of the best from the 2010s in general. Not beyond horror movies, just movies in general. I don't know. So many people are like, oh, dude, I love over-the-top parents who are upset about, their kids dying. To me, the holy grail of that, the number one very best performance of all time is Toni Collette in Hereditary. Nothing tops it. Nothing even comes close. It's perfect. It's the most ridiculous. It's over the top. It's insane. It makes you feel terrible. It's entertaining at the same time. I don't know. There's so many things about her performance in that are heart-wrenching and so and filled with entertainment. I don't know. I could talk about Hereditary for forever. I've seen it too many times. More times than I'm happy to admit. But I just, oh God, I love that film so much. Brainiac's throwing $1 out there. Holy crap, Brainiac is in the chat, guys. Is this a Superman villain, right? I don't know these things. This is bad, but I don't know that. But Brainiac throwing $1 out there. I appreciate that nonetheless. I don't know. I think that's a Superman villain, so I think he's going to be upset with me, knowing that you're supporting the page. But you know what? I don't care, Brainiac. I'm on your side here. Superman can fuck off for all I know. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. I said that like I'm gonna offend Superman, like he's real or something. Well, I'm so weird. I don't know, man. Slasher Studios is saying, I think I'm making a Scream fan film. Any advice? My advice for making a Scream fan film is like, I want to say this in the nicest way possible. I have seen a lot of Scream fan films where I just feel like they're treading the same ground. Like they're just kind of doing the same old, you know? Find a way to stick out. Like find a way to do something that hasn't been, don't just like, here's my thing. Don't just give a Scream fan film where it's a girl eating popcorn late at night and she gets a phone call. You know what I mean? It's been done to death. Do like literally anything else. Before you even go to write a script, get an idea for how you can take Scream down a new direction, because then people will remember it no matter what it is. You know what I mean? If you can find a way to stick out in someone's mind and not just be like going through the motions of what a Scream film is, you know, phone call stab with good characters. If you can find a way to stand out, go for it. Find that niche and crack into it. That's my best advice for just getting started with that. I've seen a lot that are just kind of like, I've seen this movie before. You know what I mean? I'm like, this person really likes Scream 3. This person really likes Scream 4. This person really likes Scream 2. Like, whenever I'm watching most Scream fan films, that's what goes through my head. But every now and then, there's a couple of them where they stick out and they're like, whoa, oh, that was really cool. That was so different. That was a very different Ghostface kill. That was a very different way to approach a chase scene, something like that. I cannot think of any off the top of my head. I'm so bad with these things. but there is a lot of good ones out there though. I recommend so many. I can't think of any off the top of my head, which makes me so mad that I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But there's a lot of good ones out there. Check them out. Look for them. Find them out there. Infinite Sky is with us. What's up, dog? Saying, I'm currently writing a post-apocalyptic gothic horror novel set to be complete by the end of December. Wow. Very nice. You know, something I'll say about writing is never think you're on the final draft. Never. You're never on the final draft. I thought I would be on the final draft of what I'm writing at this point, and then someone threw a new idea at me, and I'm like, oh, that's better. Ooh, that's really cool, man. So never call something a final draft. You'll always find another way to tweak something. You're like, oh, well, actually, that was pretty cool. Scorpion wants to talk about Mortal Kombat. Dude, I'm hyped for that new movie, man. I'm very excited. Love me some Mortal Kombat. Love the games. I've been a huge fan my whole life. Love them. Love them so much. So much fun. Oh, Vladimir Zavatsky. I think I pronounced that right. What's up, dog? How's it going? Welcome in. Hey, any thoughts on some good killer Santa Christmas films? I just watched Santa's Sleigh, which was pretty fun, so I'm looking for more. I highly recommend a few movies. Yeah, I'm like, okay, there's actually a couple. Silent Night, Deadly Night. If you haven't seen that, Jesus, that is such a must-watch for Santa killing people movies. Love that one. The sequel is also really good. 1 and 2, that's all you need to watch. 3, 4, and 5, don't worry about them. But 1 and 2, excellent movies. I love them so much. They're so over-the-top, ridiculous, and fun. I also really like this movie that came out last year called Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Not, once again, another movie I wouldn't say is a 10 out of 10, but a really good holiday horror film where it's Santa killing people. But this time it's a robot Santa. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty badass. I recommend those 3 movies. That's 3 movies. It's a lot of movies to get through, Vladimir. So check those out. All 3 of those, pretty fun. Pretty fun movies, in my opinion. Silent Night, Deadly Night, absolutely a movie to watch with your buddies. Maybe with a beer too. That'll enhance the viewing, I can imagine. But it's good stuff. Very, very fun movies. Oliver, what's up, dog? What's up, Oliver? How you doing? Welcome in. Hey, Killboy Joke, that's me. Just watching from work. How are you? I'm fantastic, Oliver. How are you today? Are you having a good day at work? I hope so. I hope you're chilling at work. Don't have not too much to do. That's the goal, right? Hope you're chilling out. Hope you're getting paid a lot. That's the goal, baby. Sarah Campbell, what's up? She is throwing out some links to other channels. I found out from Sarah tonight that she has these links just ready to go on her phone. She's amazing. Sarah's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. She kicks ass. And she's telling everyone, don't forget to subscribe to the second page. Check it out. As we speak, I'm uploading a video to the second page right now. It's about Bambi the Reckoning, which is a real horror movie coming out. Very excited to talk about that. I'll have some new videos out there tomorrow that I already filmed and edited. I got a new content strategy now. So I'm talking about literally every horror update over on KillJoy Jake 2. That's a big promise. I'm going to try to talk about as many things as possible over on the second channel. And I'm probably going to talk about the bigger updates here on this page. So if you ever have like a question, you're like, what does Jake think about this update that just came out today? That's what the second page is for. For the updates that aren't as popular, but things I'm still excited about, I found a way to do both, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Check out that second page if you want to see my takes on other weirder things out there in the horror world. And check out Jake Tyler, my other page too, because I don't know, I'm doing something with that at some point. So Sarah, thank you so much for throwing those links out there. Appreciate you. Infinite Sky, if Scream 7 comes out and it does make me happy, that would be awesome. That would be the best case scenario. Because you know, right now with all the updates, we still have a long time before Scream 7 comes out. Who knows what other updates we're gonna come across in that time? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much, like right now in my current headspace with where the updates are, I think that this movie's gonna be bad. And if nothing changes from here to now, which is not true, things will change. We'll get a cast list. We'll get updates from director Christopher Landon and maybe from writer James Vanderbilt. Maybe some good stuff will come from it. And that would be awesome. Like, nothing would make me happier than if Scream 7 was a banger and it absolutely rocked. But my predictions right now is it's probably going to be pretty cash grabby. We know it's coming from someone who's pretty cheap. So that's scary. Some scary stuff. But if it makes me happy, that would make me so happy. That would be awesome. I would love for it to be good. But I don't think it's going to. Stu returns to get revenge on Sydney, and Dewey returns to help Sydney. Once again, right now, I don't think any of these people will want to come back for Scream, considering the current situation. Stu, Matthew Lillard in particular, has said some pretty nasty stuff about what just happened with all of the updates. So I don't see Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, David Arquette. I don't see any of these people wanting to return for 7 personally, but I hope I'm wrong. You know, listen, this is just my what I think is probably going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm dead wrong. That'd be awesome if they came back. Connie Cleary, what's up? Hello. Welcome in. Appreciate you. I love the bird, as always. I know I don't got to tell you, but I love me some birds. I love me some animals, so I appreciate you. Jason Carpenter, what's up, dog? Jason is always hanging out with us. This is our local I almost said Resident Evil. I don't know why. This is our local Halloween Ends fan. We love it, Jason. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. You gotta represent. You gotta represent these underappreciated movies, man. I want Scream 7 canceled. I mean, you know, most fans probably do, dude. I want a good Scream 7, but I don't want it to come out if it's just gonna be bad. You know, that's what I worry about right now. So it's hard to disagree with that, Jason. Hard for me to disagree. Julie, what's up, Julie? I really appreciate Julie a whole bunch. She has been a big supporter of the Lethal Collective page, another page that I run with some buddies. Julie's really into the weird conversations we have over there, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you for always checking out the streams and supporting that page, Julie. So thank you. Thank you so much. You're the best. Means a lot. Watch-alongs would be fun for sure. Okay. Noted. I might do, like, I don't know, 1 a week or something like that. Would that be fun? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Average Cabbage? I like that name. That's just fun. Average Cabbage. Okay. You know what? You're an above average cabbage. That's how I feel about you, buddy. Love the Terrifier 3 poster in the back. Thank you so much. So here's something I learned that I had no idea. I knew I was getting this during the screening of Terrifier 2 from a couple of months ago, but I did not know that if you went to opening night for Thanksgiving, you were going to get one of those posters too. So I got a Thanksgiving poster recently too. And I'm like, I have these open spots on the wall. I got to throw something up there, you know, like, damn. So I was so happy about that because I was like, I have this third poster, but I have nothing else to fill this other spot. Bam, Thanksgiving poster. You got to love it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love the posters too. Rotting Prince, what's up, dog? How's it going? Watch parties would be awesome. Okay, that's 2 votes for watch parties. I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, fuck watch parties, dude. I'm just waiting for that. No, I'm so kidding. RJ is also saying would definitely be into watch along party movies. I recommend you recommend the Chucky series? You know, maybe I'll like the Chucky series more if I watch it with other people. Megan, the Scream movies, etc. That could be fun. That could be really fun. I think it would be a great way to, you know, comment and like talk about very specific pieces of movies. Because, like, you know, I can come on here and say I don't like Mrs. Loomis in Scream 2. But, like, if we watched it together, I could give, like, a better analysis of why I'm like, I just think this part, or the opposite, too. It's like, we'll put on the original Scream, and I'll be like, oh my God, this specific scene is so great. So maybe we can get into the weeds of the weirder things about these movies that you just don't think of off the cuff. But if you're watching the movie, you're like, oh, there it is. You know, there's an element to this film that I love so much. Here's a line of dialogue that's super underrated. So I think it would be fun too, RJ. I feel that. Get into the thick of it. I just really like that phrase. What does that even mean? Get into the thick of it. Sounds dirty. I like it. Maddie R. Gamer is saying, I like James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers. Me too. I really like James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers. I had the pleasure of meeting the guy this past October, and he was just so kind. He was just such a kind soul. Not only did I meet him at the convention and got a picture with him, which was great, but I also, we saw him at a bar later on, and he is just this gigantic man. He's this gigantic bald dude, and like, I genuinely feel like he could kill me at any time. It's so funny too, because James Jude Courtney is friends with Nick Castle and the kid who played Michael in the original, like Kid Michael. You know, not actual Michael, but like little baby kid Michael. They were all sitting at like this booth, like at this bar that me and some buddies were at, and it was like surreal. Like we're sitting not even 5 feet away from like 3 Michael Myers. I'm just like, what is going on? This is so weird, man. But James Jude Courtney, he's just like the nicest guy ever. Same with Nick Castle too, who like got a picture with us even after he just spent a whole day taking pictures with people. And I'm like, I hate to bug you, man. I'm a huge fan. Is it cool if we get a picture? And he's like, yeah, of course, you know. And he was just so nice. Like all 3 of them, so unbelievably nice. I love the horror community. I can't stress it enough. Oh my God. They say don't meet your heroes, right? But like I met almost all of my favorite Michaels on that trip, and they were all super nice. It's just like, wow, it's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know. I can't stop. I can't stop gushing over this amazing community. Great stuff. Do watch parties on movies that suck. Nothing beats a group of friends ragging on a movie together. That could be, that's fun too. That is also fun. What makes me sad though is like, I wouldn't want to put on a movie that I wouldn't want to put on Halloween Ends, and just like rip on it the whole time. I will. I'm going to be real. Like there is nearly every moment of that movie I could rip on. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like with a movie that's like purposefully bad, like this was made to be so bad it's good, I'll do that. Yeah. Like Willy's Wonderland, if we put that on, yeah, of course. Like I'll rip on that a bit. The creator would probably love that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want to rip on something that someone actually put in a lot of hard work towards. I'll give my review and I'll be like, this is why I don't like this, but I'm never going to say like, man, that filmmaker, what an idiot. I can't bring myself to do something like that. I just feel like that would be mean. What Scream movie inspiration did you get for Red Right Hand? Scream 2 was my biggest inspiration with Red Right Hand. I love that they represented Ohio, but like it doesn't look like Ohio at all. That's another issue I have with Scream 2. The whole movie looks like California. Like it looks like just not here. I think it was filmed in like Georgia and California, if I'm remembering correctly. But like you look at the plants in the background, I'm like, that's just not something that grows in Ohio, So we filmed Red Right Hand, like also like theoretically in Windsor, Ohio, and like I just think it looks more like Ohio because we filmed it in Ohio, man. It's a big problem I have with Scream 2, which like that's petty, right? That's so petty of me to be like, this just doesn't look like Ohio. But it's like, set your movie in Georgia if you're gonna film it in Georgia. There's no reason for that to take place in Ohio. I don't know. It's odd. It's an odd thing for me. But what I was mostly inspired by with Scream 2 was Mickey's motive. I wanted to expand on that with Jamie a little bit. Like I wanted to take that down a different path. I knew what I wanted Jamie's motive to be from the get-go, like the idea that he wants to make a fan film, that he thinks he can like submit to the world, but it's literally a snuff film. He doesn't understand the concept of that. I thought that was so funny because I've always looked at the Ghostfaces as like these greasy losers who think they're like better than everybody. That's kind of what they all boil down to in a lot of ways, or at least my favorite Ghostfaces. Like I think like Mickey, Jill, Billy, Stu, like these are some of my favorite Ghostfaces, and I love them because they're so full of themselves, and that's what ultimately leads to their downfall. So I wanted to capture that spirit in Jamie, especially with how they do with Mickey in that third act, his brief appearance, his cameo appearance in Scream 2, basically. I wanted to do more with that. I was like, that's such an underrated aspect of Scream 2, and there's just not enough of that. That's one of my favorite motives of the entire Scream franchise. Maybe number one is Mickey's motive, and they do nothing with it. They're just like, yeah, this is something that happened, and then Mickey gets shot in the face. I'm like, man, that's so cool. I love that. I love his motive. It's fucked up to me. It shows how much of a D-bag he is. It's great. It's great stuff. Excellent writing. Isaiah is saying, what is the worst Jaws sequel. Jaws 2 is my favorite sequel. Also my favorite sequel. I think Jaws is one of those franchises that is like an easy, if I had to rank them, 1's the best, 2 is next, 3, 4. Like, that is such an easy, these get worse as they go down. The first one is a masterpiece. The fourth movie is hard to watch. It's impressive how the quality dwindles in each one of those movies. It gets a little worse every time. Diminishing returns and all that. But I think for sure Jaws the Revenge is the worst, man. I mean, you have the shark screams at one point. It roars at them like it's a dinosaur in the sea. Sharks don't have vocal cords. Like, that's an impossibility. I think it's great. I think that's so funny, but that's just me. Jeremiah, what's up, dog? How we doing? What's your opinion on the new Bambi horror movie? Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremiah is talking about why we have the second page. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking about it after this, but KillJoy Jake 2 is where I'm putting all my weird opinions on updates that come out, because I would love to make a whole video on Bambi the Reckoning, but what I've learned is that just doesn't do well on YouTube. It's too niche is what I've come down to. I've tried for 4 years to make content on some of the weirder things I appreciate, but unfortunately it just doesn't get views. So what I'm doing is I'm posting little, less, not as, as intricate as my videos are on here, over on the second channel, talking more about these other things I want to talk about. So thankfully I'm able to get that out. Actually, holy crap, that's ready to go now. So if you, hilariously enough, publish, bam, I just seconds ago published a video on Bambi the Reckoning over on my second page. That's how ready I was for this question, Jeremiah. That's how ready I am. Bam! Posted a whole video on it right when you asked it during a live stream. If that's not service, I don't know what is. No, but seriously, what my thoughts are on the movie is I think it's going to be the greatest movie of 2024. It's it's hilarious. What I actually detailed something that the director said recently in that video, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but the quote is so fucking funny. It nearly brought me to tears. I was laughing so hard. So I think it's going to be ridiculous. I also think that these movies that are based off of public domain properties they're just going to keep coming, whether we like it or not. They're going to ruin some childhoods, and I say bring it on, like, fuck it. Let's see where these go. I also compared it to Full Moon Features. I'm like, while I think a lot of these movies are bad, every now and then you get a demonic toys. Puppet Master. Some of these movies are really, really fun and really, really enjoyable movies, but some of them are Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, where it's like, I don't know. So I'm hoping that with a bunch of these announced, there's, not Bambi's coming out, Winnie the Pooh 2 is coming out, like a Tinkerbell horror movie. I'm hoping that one of these is something really worth our time. But who knows? You never know. Krampus is a good movie. Krampus is a good movie. Is that a killer Santa Claus movie, though? Would that classify? Is Krampus technically like evil Santa? I would, yeah, probably. Yes. A very similar concept to Santa. I love Krampus, though. That's excellent horror movie. I really got into that movie last year. I wasn't crazy about it before, but I watched it a bunch at, holiday season or whatever. Excellent movie. Great stuff. Hello from Mellow Mutant. What's up, dog? That's the Mellow Mutant right there in the profile picture. What's up, dog? How's it going? I'm glad that you're a mellow mutant and not like an angry one. Those are not fun. So I'm glad you're more mellowed out, dog. Mellow it out. Oh, yeah. What's up, dog? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Violent Night isn't a horror movie, but it's got a lot of dying and it's super fun. Violent Night it's a lot of fun, man. I had a great time watching it last year. What's really funny is me and my brother have been studying just movies and editing, and he's super into sound design and shit. We noticed so many weird editing things about Violent Night that I think is so funny. We kept pointing them out to each other. I'm just like, whoa, that was a weird cut. Or a break of the 180 line and stuff. There's a surprising amount of that in Violent Night. I was like, whoa, that's so weird. How does that happen? That's crazy stuff. That's not supposed to be oh, I hated the movie because it broke the 180 line. No, I don't care that much, I promise. But it was just interesting stuff to note. It's whoa, that's crazy. I really enjoyed that movie, though. It's the first movie with David Harbour that I actually liked. I'm so not crazy about the rest of the movies he's been in, which is a shame. But I love David Harbour, or David Harbour, I don't know. How do you pronounce? Is that H pronounced? Harbour? Is it like herb, where the H is silent? I don't know. But great actor. I love him in Stranger Things so much. I'd love to see him in more good things. fingers crossed. What else do we got? What else do we got going on? A lot of people are hyped about Violent Night. Man, people really love that movie. Violent Night is very entertaining. Watched it the other night with, David Arbor Day. What's his name again? I don't know. It might not be horror, but it is absolutely a bloody action film. So, I mean, like, for that, it's violent, that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to start calling this page not a horror page, but like a violent movie page, because I love violent movies. Like, I love, like John Wick, and Sarah's been telling me to watch the Equalizer. I got to watch those movies, but I love violent action movies too. I'm thinking about covering some of those. I love these movies. Like, I feel like that's not too far of a whole video on this, Jeremiah, about how I feel, like what I think Art the Clown is and how the father like comes into the picture and stuff. I don't think that the clown himself is the father, but I do believe that Sienna's dad had something to do with Art the Clown. And it's kind of about more what I think Art the Clown is at the end of the day, which is something that I feel is being kept secret. If you listen to the DVD or, Blu-ray 4K commentary from director Damien Leone, he talks a little bit about like what in his mind, what Art the Clown is, what the little pale girl is. And I feel like I have a better understanding as to what these characters are, where it's going, and how the dad plays into it a bit more. So I did a video called like the secret lore of Terrifier 2 or something like that. Who is Art the Clown? Watch that, because like I could give you an off the cuff response right now, but I promise you that's way more detailed and way better researched than my off the cuff Art the Clown is this and that. So check that out. It's a good video. I did a lot of digging and research for that one. Went through a lot of old interviews too and stuff, just to hear what the guy had to say. Eric is saying, I'm honestly not a huge Scream fan, so I haven't really been following the updates. You probably don't care, but Melissa Barrera got fired over some stuff she like reposted on her Instagram. And then Jenna Ortega like dropped out too because they didn't want to pay her more money. It's a shit show, frankly. For what's going with everything going on. Rumor has it, and I don't know if this, once again, a lot of people are saying this has been debunked, but I don't think that Neve Campbell would come back after, like rumor has it that she's not coming back, but I don't think Neve Campbell wants to come back after Jenna Ortega. The same thing that happened to her last year with Scream 6 just happened to Jenna Ortega with Scream 7, where they just didn't get a big enough paycheck for what they feel is worth their time. So they got snubbed twice. Two different people got snubbed with these movies. I think that sucks. That kind of blows. These are both actresses that deserve a bigger paycheck. They're big draws for this franchise. It's weird that they don't want to pay them more money. So I don't know. I really think that Gary Barber is shooting himself in the foot right now. But what do I know? What do I know about making money in Hollywood? Maybe I'm completely dead wrong. What else do we got going on? Home Alone is definitely a Christmas movie. So is Friday After Next. Home Alone is definitely a Christmas movie. Is someone arguing that Home Alone is not a Christmas movie? That's interesting. Radio Silence needs to direct the next film. I wish, man, but they jumped off the Scream 7 train as soon as it pulled into the station, pretty much. They were like, nope, we ain't touching that, dude. We ain't getting on that. Probably because they knew about all these weird other things that were going on in the background, and they were like, we're gonna hop off. We're not gonna do that. So I get it. I get why they don't want to do it, but I wish it was them. I really enjoyed their Scream movies. I'm excited to see what they do next, though. They might be tackling a new Escape from New York, which is really exciting. They're doing another movie with Melissa Barrera, where she's Dracula's daughter and all this, so I think it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see what they do next, man. I'm excited to see where they go next in their horror movie-making career. Infinite Sky is asking a great question. Do I think Jordan Peele's next horror film is going to be Christmas or holiday themed, given its release? It's interesting because I think that with Nosferatu coming out on the same day, it may not be Christmas themed. Because think about that, right? Nosferatu, that's not going to be a Christmas movie. Maybe it is, but I don't think so. I think it's just like, this is a good day to release a movie. Everyone's off work. Everyone is with their families. They want to go, like, let's go see the new Jordan Peele movie. I'm really on the fence about it, because I think, like, yes, there's a good chance it could be, but I know Jordan Peele likes to write stuff more in the sense of, like, he's got an idea, he's going to roll with it. And if he wants to make a Christmas themed horror movie, it's going to be all about that, or it's not going to be about that at all. You know what I mean? I knowing his catalog, it's going to be like this smaller story that usually happens within like a couple of days or something like that. Nothing bigger than that, but it'll be a more of a contained story based on, what I've seen of his. So if it is about Christmas, it's probably going to have some like crazy commentary focused on that. That's where the horror is going to be generated from. All the characters will revolve around that, or it won't have that at all. It's going to be one or the other. That's really where I'm at with it. And if that's the case, that's really cool. I'm down for it. We know he's working with Universal for this movie. This is his second, I think all of his movies have been under Universal technically, because Get Out is Blumhouse, which is owned by that. But he did sign a deal with Universal to make a bunch of movies with them. That started with Nope. Us is from Universal too, but like this is part of a new deal or whatever. So like Nope, this movie, and then one more movie he'll have with them, and then probably sign another contract if they all make money. So we'll see. We'll have to see Infinite Sky, but that's a good guess for sure. I would say that is a good guess. I could see him having some commentary on that. I mean, the guy just did a movie about commentary on animals that work in entertainment. Like, so you never know what the guy's got up his sleeve next. He's very unpredictable as a filmmaker in terms of like what he's going to make a movie about. And that's kind of what makes me excited for any new Jordan Peele stuff. It's always very mysterious. Got to unlock the mystery. Even like moving into Nope, like we really didn't know what that was about. We knew aliens of some sort, but like it really isn't. It's like oh, it's actually about this other thing. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. That's cool. So Ghost Edits is saying my Scream 7 theory is Ethan, Stu, Charlie, and Jill returns to kill Sydney. Who is your theory, Jake? I don't think anyone's gonna come back. I really don't. I really don't think anyone's gonna come back from the dead. I don't know. I just feel like that cheapens the previous movies. That's my thing about it. I say give us a new Ghostface. I want to see somebody new. I love these characters when they got revealed in their respective movies, but let's get another reveal. What if instead of getting the best Ghostface ever in a new Scream 7, we just got someone from the past? You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to rob that opportunity in place of just seeing a familiar face. I think there's a lot of potential with new Ghostface killers that potential we have yet to tap into with the Scream franchise. Frank Peterson is saying that'll be just about enough of this shit unless Neve Campbell or Melissa Barrera are the leads. They need to cancel before it's too late. Well, the unfortunate part is, trust me, I would like if they're not going to have anybody come back from the old movies and not finish the story after everything that's happened behind the scenes. I'm with you. I hope they cancel it, but they're probably going to make it because money. You got Scream in the title, baby. I mean, like, oh my God, they're gonna make a bunch of money off of that. So that's the unfortunate part of it. It's probably still going to happen. It's probably going to be a reboot and with all new characters, new Ghostface and stuff, which that might be good. I'll give them that, but like it's just coming from a bad place. So I'm going into, no matter what happens with the movie, I'm going into it with some negative connotations. I'm not gonna lie, with Scream 6, I was like, that really sucks with what happened with Neve Campbell, but I was impressed by the movie. I was like, okay, this is really good. I really enjoy this. But I will admit, when all that stuff came out about Neve Campbell, I was like, man, that blows. But like, this is a double whammy. This is many, 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 many more times worse. And it's fun. I got so many comments on my last video where it's like, I'm so happy Melissa Barrera's gone. Like now the franchise can finally get back on track. And I'm like, I promise you that's not going to happen. Like, these things have repercussions that people just don't want to look at. They just want to be like, okay, well, we got rid of the quote unquote bad characters, so now we can move on from that. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, man, like that's not like this perfect scenario that you're painting out is not what's gonna happen. I promise. I promise that's not gonna happen. But maybe, man, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Not for me. Mentor is saying Scream 7 was gonna be so fun. Rest in peace, my favorite series. Dude, I know. I like it really blows as a big fan of this franchise. I love these movies so much. They're so much fun. And it's like for them to just kind of be like, we're just gonna fire the lead character, fuck them. Yeah, whatever. We don't need them. There was an insider scoop from a reliable source. This is not coming from a third-party source or anything. This was like in a Deadline article or something. So this isn't bullshit. Someone who was an insider quoted Gary Barber, who essentially said like, I didn't need Neve Campbell. I don't need Jenna Ortega. It's like, wow, I've never heard a quote that made me realize, like, this guy doesn't understand Scream. Like, a big portion of the fan base is here for the characters. I think there's other things that are great about the franchise too, but there's a big portion of the fan base that just loves the characters. That's all they care about. And it's like to just push that away. Like, that's so dumb. Like, you clearly don't understand the franchise that you're working in. And that makes me sad. That just makes me really, really sad. So I don't know. It's a tough situation. I really think this next movie is going to be bad, and it makes me sad. It really does. El Dante is shifting the conversation to some Terrifier 3. I love it. A movie I am excited for, though. A movie that I do believe is going to be good, one I'm excited for as well. Terrifier 3 is going to be great. And I would love to be in it. Damien Leone, if you're out there. If you're lurking about. I'm just saying, man. I mean, I'm not doing shit, dude. I'll drop everything I'm doing if I could just have a minute of that movie. Literally, I'll be in the background. I don't care. I don't even need to be a character. Like, I could just be at the Clown Cafe eating some worms. I'll do it. Like, I'll eat some disgusting worms, Damien. If you need me to do it, I'll be there. I'm there day one, man. I would love that. Man, nothing would make me happier. That'd be so cool. Villain Killin' Dylan is saying, hey, Jake, what if Evil Dead goes the nautical route? The title could be Evil Dead Crow's Nest. Ooh. You know, we did just get Evil Dead Rise in a brand new setting that worked really well with the concept. Something like this would be really cool. Can you imagine, like, Evil Dead on a boat? That'd be fucking awesome, dude. You have them, you know, trapped somewhere. Like, not a boat. Let's clarify. Evil Dead, like, on a cruise ship, right? Like, that would be so awesome. Oh my God. That would be pretty hard to film, I imagine. Like, you'd probably actually have to rent out a cruise ship or something and film on it, which that would be an expensive shoot. But, you know, these movies don't have a lot of characters. I mean, I feel like that's possible. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It could be a set most of the time, too. Like, you could have a set and not actually be on the water and then just film some stuff out there. There's so much you could do with Evil Dead in the middle of the ocean, too. Like, that would be so cool, man. The other thing I really liked about Evil Dead Rise is it makes it harder to fight the Deadites, right? Like, when they're trapped in the cabin, you have one of the options to stop the Deadites is to bury them, right? That's kind of been a weird, inconsistent rule throughout this franchise, but it's there. When you're on the, you know, what were they on the 14th floor or something of that building? You can't bury someone in the ground. Like, that's a whole way of taking out a Deadite completely out the door. Like, nope, not happening. It would be the same thing on a cruise ship, unless they have a shit ton of soil on cruise ships that I don't know about. But Evil Dead in the middle of the ocean, that is so scary. I'm already terrified to go on cruise ships. Like, you ever see those like TikTok videos where it's like people filming off the side of cruise ships and it's like just black, empty, nothing, just the ocean? Like, that is so scary to me. No way. Like, fuck that, dude. I won't be able to sleep on a cruise ship. Are you kidding me? Like, that thing goes down and I'm in the water and it's just dark. You can't see anything. You're floating in the water. There's maybe sharks underneath you. No way, dude. You're not getting me on a cruise ship. Fuck that, dog. That is so scary. Oh my God. I don't understand why more movies don't take place on a boat, if I'm being completely honest. Ladies and gentlemen, watch the movie Triangle, a great horror movie on a boat. Really good stuff. But I love this, VKD. Run it. Start writing the script. Make it happen. Someone call Sam Raimi. Jacob Myers is saying, Jake, have you finished reading the Halloween Ends novelization? If so, what are your thoughts? I got through about 30 pages and I just have not had time to read more than that. I really think that the opening is really interesting to me. It's very different from what from what we know from the movie, and I appreciate that. So far, I like it better. I'll tell you that much. It's that much of a difference that I like it more. I'm curious to see how it wraps up, because that's another thing I'm not crazy about Halloween Ends. I don't like the way that it wraps up. It just feels like, okay, we gotta, oh my God, we forgot this is a Halloween movie. We gotta have Laurie and Michael fight. I'm curious to see if that is smoothed out a little more in the novelization. So dude, I've been meaning to read that like since it came out. Like I have not had time. Books are a commitment, man. Books are a much bigger commitment, and in this world where things have just gotten faster and you gotta work more than how we did, like 20 years ago or so. It's just tough. It's tough to be able to sit down and read a book, man. I mean, I really only have like an hour or two out of the day to sit down and relax. It sucks, man. It's a crazy new world, man. It's a crazy new world. Everyone's working more. You got to keep up. It's crazy shit. Get Out supposedly took place in upstate New York, but it was actually filmed in Alabama. It really bugged me how obvious it was to me how it was in New York. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not crazy. when it comes to Scream 2, watching that movie and being like, this is not Ohio. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way about some movies. I will admit it's petty. It's very petty. I'm not going to say it's not, but interesting. Interesting stuff, though. I actually didn't know that was filmed in Alabama. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know that off the top of my head. But really interesting. Really interesting. I think the other two Peele movies were filmed in different areas of California. Santa Cruz, I know for us. And then I think Nope was filmed in like upstate California or like Northern California. I don't know. I actually don't know where that one was filmed. I want to say Northern California. That's what it looks like to me, but not sure. But interesting. Alabama. Okay. I mean, it makes sense with what Get Out is about. Let's not talk more about that. Dragon Ball Radiant is with us. What's up, dog? How you doing? Saying it'll be interesting to see what happens with Saw. We now have 2 apprentices, a copycat running around out there. What a little boy, with a little boy that knows everything and a taxi driver also that survives. Yeah, dude, I mean, they're setting up a lot in Saw X, man. I'm really excited to see what happens in Saw 11. You know, supposedly Saw 12 is out there too. I don't know if is that 100% confirmed? I don't remember actually reading that in a confirmed article. I've heard people say like Saw 12. I think the director even said something like, we want to make 2 more or something, but I don't know if that's actually 100% confirmed. I know Saw 11 is. Like, that's 100% coming out next year. But I don't know about Saw 12, if that's 100% confirmed or if that's just something the director wants to do, you know? Like, what if Saw 11 bombs and then they just don't make Saw 12, you know? That's kind of what's running through my head. I hope we get 2 more movies. Like, I'm always down for these franchises to continue. I love when shit gets weird, man. As much as I shit on Halloween Ends, I'm glad it exists. Like, I really am. I think it's a big one to dissect and talk about, without a doubt, no matter how you feel about it. There's a lot to talk about with that movie. It's not boring. You know, that's the other thing with Halloween Ends. I hate boring movies. I can't stand them. But movies that are interesting, at the very least, I'll take it. Maybe the first 45 minutes of Halloween Ends is boring. But after that, it's like, okay, there's some interesting stuff. I don't think it's good stuff, but it's interesting. I think people are so sick of me shitting on Halloween Ends, man. I just, like, for me, that is everything I don't want to see in a franchise continuation. That movie embodied, like, it hits all the strikes, like my entire list of pet peeves for franchise continuations. That's why I talk about it so much. I really, like, I'm sorry for the people that like it, but it's like everything that I don't want to see in franchise continuations, Halloween Ends hits on. It hits on all of them, like every single one. It was a marvel of a film for me, because I'm just like, wow, this is everything I don't want to see in a Halloween film. It's crazy. Julie's saying Jake calling the Ghostface Sigmas. They're all a bunch of greasy losers. That's why, like, I love the ones that are greasy losers, man. Those are my favorite Ghostfaces. Like Richie and Amber, they're little Redditor gross Ghostfaces. They're keyboard warriors that decided to start killing people. I love it. That's disgusting. Like, they're so gross to me. I don't know, the parent characters that are just like, I'm angry because you guys killed my son or whatever. It's just like, I've seen this done in a million murder mysteries, man. Like, it's just it's a motive that's been done to death. What I love about Scream is they have a few killers that are just so original to that franchise. It's like, this is the only franchise that has done killers in this style. But I don't feel that way about all the Ghostfaces. My favorite ones are the ones that I feel like are original to that franchise, or at least to the point in terms of tone and performance. Like, okay, this is the only place we can get that. I love that. Greasy ghost faces are my favorite. I love them. That's why Stu's one of my favorite. Very greasy. In my opinion, Stu is the best ghost face. What's your favorite? Stu, baby. Love Stu. I think Stu's number 1 in my book. I love him. His performance in that movie is what sells it for me, man. He's just so funny and so crazy. Like, when they're stabbing each other in the kitchen, that's horrifying. That's the scariest part of the whole movie for me. Like, that is hard to watch. I love it. I love every second of them trying to stab each other. That is by far the scariest thing about that whole movie to me. I love it. I love it so much. Dragon Ball Radiant makes a great point, though. Danny Johnson from Dead by Daylight is the best Ghostface, absolutely, by far. It is by far one of the most interesting concepts for a Ghostface, and I would love to see it done in an actual movie. I really don't know why they haven't touched this. This is a great idea, and living proof that there is more ways to do Ghostface versus just a family member who's angry. I don't know. Danny Johnson, great idea. Great idea. We tried to bring him to life with Red Right Hand. You know, I wish we had more money to really do him justice, but I love it. I love Danny Johnson as a Ghostface killer. Great idea. Excellent idea for a killer, for sure. What else do we got going on? A Jaws requel should happen. Man, that ship sailed. That ship really sailed, man. I would be into it. You know, I'm not like a Jaws remake. It's like, no. I think what they could do for a Jaws requel is like, I don't think this could happen at this point, honestly, but like Richard Dreyfuss could come back, you know, or something like that and just fight a new shark or whatever. But it's like, I feel like we're past that, you know, we're past that being a possibility. I met Richard Dreyfuss recently as well. And, you know, he's old, he's getting up there. No offense to the man. He's very kind, very humble, an incredible guy to talk to. But, you know, the guy's up there, you know, he's doing, you know, more like comedies and dramas now, nothing too extensive, nothing too crazy. And I respect it. I respect the hell out of him. I think he's a great performer. Love him to death. But I do feel like that ship has sailed. As much as I would love one more good Jaws movie, you know, I like the first two. That's about it. Queric is like, Bambi? Nah, no way. Bambi horror movie? What the fuck, Jake? I know, dude. I know, it's crazy. I can't believe they're doing it either. Bambi the Reckoning. Am I right? It's insane. Insane shit, dude. It's crazy. Do you think Scream 7 will end up being the Scream 5 of the Stab universe, aka the worst Stab film ever? This franchise went to hell after 5. It's a great question, Diego. I mean, like I said, right now where the updates are, I have zero faith in the project. Zero. I don't think it's going to be good. I feel like it's going to be your cash grab movie, which sucks. But we have a long time to go before Scream 7 comes out. I think that there are certain updates that could happen. There's a possibility that this movie could be good. I mean, there was a part of me that was scared about Scream 6 for a little while. I was like, ugh, I don't know. There's some negative things about this film that I wasn't excited for. And then it comes out and it's like, oh, cool. Okay, that was a lot of fun. That was really cool. It's not a perfect movie. I have never said that. Some people think I like Scream 6 more than I really do. I like it. It's a good movie, but it's not like, I wouldn't call it anywhere near perfect. I really enjoyed it though. It's a really fun movie. But for me, what I think Scream 7 is going to be, I think at this point, it's so hard to actually, to really determine that. You know, I think a lot of us are upset with the most recent updates, but like, at the same time, a lot can happen from now to its release in probably 2025. So I don't know, man, anything is possible. And I really hope that it's good for Scream fans, you know, who have been very happy with the last 6 films. I think this is a very consistent franchise. I think all 6 movies are bangers for one reason or the other. Even Scream 3. I like Scream 3, man. It's really grown on me. So I don't know, man. I hope that Scream 7 isn't the movie to break that awesome streak that we've had. Anytime we get a new Scream movie or a new Evil Dead movie, I'm going to be worried about it. I'm just going to tell you that. No matter what's going on behind the scenes. Like, man, these are 2 franchises that I feel like have killed it with nearly every incarnation of itself. And I'm like, I like the Scream TV show, while I'm not like personally crazy about it, it still recognizes the spirit of what makes Scream. And that to me is fun. The reveals are really, really worth your time. Too. That's the thing. I might not be crazy about a lot of the characters on the Scream TV show, but the reveals and the kills, totally worth your time. Like, big time. I loved at least the reveals in the first 2 seasons a lot. And then, so for me, I don't know. I think that these franchises are so well done for what they're going for. You know, Evil Dead and Scream, 2 very different properties, but very well done. 2 of the most consistent franchises out there. And I wouldn't want that to be broken with Scream 7, you know? Scream has also had like a history of production problems, man. So like, unfortunately, this is nothing new for Scream, but like, you know, because of Wes Craven, they always found ways to get around that, you know, and still make something worth your time. Still a pretty decent product, even though sometimes I do feel like they have suffered in the past. So will that happen with Scream 7? You know, is Christopher Landon up to bat with a big challenge like that? I hope so. I hope he is. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in Christopher Landon's position, man. I'd be scared. I'd be scared if I was the guy. And it's like, I can't even tell you how much my heart aches for Christopher Landon, man. I mean, the dude has been like living and breathing Scream his entire life. And now all of this shit happens. It's like, ugh, he finally gets the keys to the kingdom, you know, and then all of this shit happens. It makes me so sad. It really does make me so sad. I really hope his movie is good though, because I know this means a lot to him. So I don't know. I'm wishing him nothing but luck with this project. I really hope it's good for his sake, man. Really makes me sad. Carter Sauce is with us. What's up, dog? How you doing? Steamboat Mickey enters the public domain soon. You ready for all the Mickey Mouse horror movies to start coming out? It's inevitable, Carter Sauce. I'll tell you what, man. It's inevitable. I'm not, it's not my, it's not like, oh, I need that. I need that to happen or anything like that. But public domain horror, man, it's going to be a whole new subgenre here in a bit. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not like losing my mind over any of these movies. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was pretty far from my top 10 list of 2023, but it's interesting to talk about, right? It's a very obscure side of horror that I'm fascinated by. It's crazy that all of this is happening, honestly. I'm like, wow, it's nutty shit. It's cool. It's cool stuff to me, but I don't know. Would I say I'm excited for these movies? No. Like, nah, dog, but it's cool. It's cool stuff. Freddy Krueger is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody fall asleep. Everyone stay awake. Dear God, you are all my children now. Welcome to prime time, bitch. What's up, Freddy? How you doing, man? Please don't kill us. We're not teenagers. We don't live on Elm Street. Come on, dog. Come on. Spare us here. Blair Hathaway is saying favorite line from Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Easy question. Next. Just kidding. Blair, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dog. That's really funny. Fort Misery Gaming. Fort of Misery. I don't want to go there. I'm terrified to go there. It's a fort of misery. That doesn't sound fun at all. Hey, Jake, I know you're not the biggest MCU fan, but did you hear the verdict of... oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Oh, God. Doesn't that suck, dude? Listen, here's what I'll say too. I'm not crazy about new MCU, but I love the old MCU, dude. Like 2019 and before that, great stuff, like great of quality. But I just feel like they fell off pretty hard. I think this really sucks for what MCU was trying to build. They're trying to build a new story revolving around a central villain, and when your central villain is getting into trouble in real life like this, it's crazy, man. I really don't know the facts of like what happened and all that, so please don't come to me for that. I'm not trying to express an opinion on him. I'm uninformed entirely. I really don't even know what happened, if I'm being honest. I just know the guy's in trouble. It's all I know. Maybe he's innocent. I don't fuck if I know, dude. Not my place to say. But what I'll say is it really sucks for Marvel, man. I mean, that's they built they're building multiple $1 million movies around basically a character he's playing, and now guy's got a bad rep, man. It really sucks for Marvel, man. It really sucks. I want them to win, I'm as much as I'm not crazy about the products that they're putting out, I want them to succeed. I'm rooting for them in my little corner, but I just, the Marvels, what was that, man? What was that movie? I don't know. A lot of bad stuff coming from them, and it makes me sad. They fell off hard, dude. They fell off hard. Michael Mins is saying It's a Wonderful Knife was boring in my view. I'm disappointed this year. I wanted a Gorefest Christmas. Who done it? The outfit is the best though since Ghostface. I will say the back half of It's a Wonderful Knife totally lost me, but the first half I loved. Like, oh my God, Justin Long is so funny in that movie. I really love the characters too. I actually like the two central characters. I don't want to say more than that if you haven't seen it. I loved both of them, their relationship together. Really well done. And I'm a stickler when it comes to relationships in movies. So many of them are like, oh my God, this is like, dude, this is annoying. Like y'all are all lovey-dovey. No, in It's a Wonderful Knife, dude, like really well-written romance. And I'm so particular on these things. I'm like, oh man, not too many romances in movies work for me. But that one, I was like, okay, that's really solid. These are two weird characters that are falling in love with each other. And I'm like, okay, well done stuff there. I appreciate that. The kills were pretty fun. Not as gory as I would have liked. Not as gory as Freaky. And I feel like the climax is so not that, so anticlimactic, dog. They kind of just wrap up the movie, it's just kind of like, okay, it's over. Get wrecked, bad guy. And then the movie's just over. I'm like, what happened, dog? Like the Freaky ending, I feel like was so much better. I'm not saying Freaky's a masterpiece either, but it's just like, man, that was a shame with that one. But I had a fun time with it. I definitely didn't hate it. I wouldn't say I hated it, but I had a good time with it for the most part. Madison, what's up, dog? How you doing? How you doing? Are you excited for our paranormal little adventure? Yes, I'm so excited. Oh my God. Me and Madison are hunting ghosts in the new year, and we're going to do a little special on this page. I'm really excited for it. We're going to look for ghosts. I'm going to try to get possessed by a ghost and like be taught speaking in Latin and all that. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. We're doing a little Sam and Colby ripoff in the new year. It's gonna be so much fun. But I'm so excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait for it. Thanks for Madison. Thanks for being here though. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Chris is saying Count Orlok would beat Dracula in a fight. Most likely, I would say so. Count Orlok is just a scarier looking dude, man. I'm with you, Chris. I'm with you there. We're talking about Paul Blart, Mall Cop, dude, the best movie ever. Let's go. It's, I gotta admit, those movies are fun for me. I enjoy them. Are they perfect films? No, but they're fun. They're fun little comedy movies. I enjoy them for what they are. I saw that at like a sleepover once. I don't think I've seen more than that. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen it like I've seen the first one at a sleepover and then the second one when I was very inebriated, but that's my history with Paul Blart Mall Cop. Brian Phillips is saying, honestly glad Melissa Barrera was fired. Hopefully, is that even a real person? Kimmy Gibbler? Brian Phillips, what are you talking about, dog? Wait, this is a real person? That's a real name? You guys got to be fucking with me. Come on, Kimmy Gibbler? No way. No, y'all are messing with me right now. That's not a real name. Come on, dog. What? Brian, I don't know, man. I can't in good faith celebrate over someone getting fired. That just makes me sad. No matter what it is. Like, it's the same thing as like when someone from the opposing team gets hurt on a football team. I'm not celebrating that. I think there's some people who are, which is really like just kind of disrespectful in my opinion. But I don't know, man. Like, I think it just the whole situation sucks. Like, look, you can dislike the character. That's totally fine. Like, I respect your opinion, but it's just like, man, that kind of sucks. I'm never going to be celebrating anybody getting fired or the possible cancellation of a upcoming movie like that. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. But, I don't know. I mean, for your sake, I'm happy that we're getting a reboot. We're getting brand new characters now, most likely. So if that's more the route you'd want to go, that's probably what's going to happen. I don't know. My thoughts are stay pretty much how they are. If you're celebrating that Melissa Barrera got fired and you think that Sidney Prescott's going to come back now, man, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think so. It would make me happy. Like, I would love to see Sidney Prescott back. That'd be great, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Electric Pumpkin, what's up, dog? I love the profile picture. I know I've said it before, but it's sick. It's neon. It's 80s. I love it, dog. Very good stuff. Row Ventures LLC is saying thanks for the channel membership gift. That was Sarah a little earlier on. So hell yeah to Sarah. Rock and roll. Love it. Legion is here with us as well. What's up, Legion? How's it going? Kind of odd for Scream 3 to bring up the long lost brother we didn't know about. Why didn't they bring him up in Screams 1 or 2? Yeah. I got nothing there, dude. I don't know. I think Roman's a good killer if you take all of that out. if you take out the whole, like, he's Sidney's brother thing, I'm like, okay, I can get into this. The director of the new Stab film's the killer? That's cool. Him being Sidney's secret lost brother and all that, I would take it entirely out of the movie. It does absolutely nothing for me. It's like, let's turn this into a soap opera, man. I don't know. I'm just not into that. Jake made Gary Barber sound like J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, am I wrong though? Is he not like J. Jonah Jameson? I want more Scream movies to make money off of. I want pictures of Spider-Man. I mean, it's the same vibe, dude. I mean, he's the living J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know what else to say about it. I want more Scream movies, and I want to pay less money for them. I don't want to pay people money for making a good Scream movie. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna get like a defamation charge, dude. I gotta shut the fuck up. Client Jake KillJoy on a stream compared you to J. Jonah Jameson and even did the voice. I can see it all unfolding right now and just cracking up about it. Oh my God. That's so funny. You know what? I'm saying this for legal reasons. Gary Barber is a great guy. Okay, there we go. See, now I can't get in trouble. Anyways, Jason Carpenter is saying, what's up, Jake? Yeah, it's difficult. As much as I love the Scream franchise, I hope Scream 7 gets canceled. Dude, I'm in the same weird boat, man. It fucking blows. I want to see a good turnaround, though. I want to see this come back and be like, okay, this is awesome. Hell yeah. Sweet. I would love for that to happen, but it's unlikely. I just feel like it is unlikely. Who knows? Alex19881 Is it Alex? By the way, we were talking with you on Craven Something Scary stream the other night, and I don't know if that's legit or not. Oh my God, I didn't realize how far behind I was in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh my God, whoa, I just scrolled down a little bit, and I'm like 20 minutes behind. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna speed up here in a second after this one. You may disagree with this, but bringing back Stu Macher is the only way in which to save the Scream franchise, and without Sidney Prescott, there's almost no chance that Stu will return. I mean, like, is that really in your head? Like, is that the only way Scream can be good, is to bring back a dead killer? Like to me, like, if that's how I felt about a franchise, if I was like, the only way this could be good again is to bring back someone from the past, I'd be like, maybe we just don't continue it at that point, you know? I just feel like there's so many other things about Scream that are also good. You know, like, I think Stu is not the only thing that's good about Scream. I love the commentary. I love the characters. I love the new ghost faces in every movie, you know? That for me is what my draw to the franchise is. I love the characters. They're fun. That is absolutely an element to it. But it's like, if that was the only thing I liked about Scream, I don't think I would be as big of a fan if it was just the characters. You know, there's so many other things about it that I love that they can interchange, that we can talk about, that they can expand upon, or, you know, decrease and expand on other things. And that's what I love so much about this franchise, man. I don't know. I think if Stu Macher, a single character from a single movie, was the only thing I liked about this franchise, I just wouldn't be as big of a fan as I am. You know, that's my take on it. But I respect your opinion, Alex. I respect it. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to see. There's nothing more that they would want to see than Stu coming back. So I don't know. It's just I love that we get a new Ghostface every single time. That's a big, like, almost my number one draw to this franchise for me personally. It's really fun to look at that. Catching up with the super chats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I'm off my game today. Getting back on the horse though. Carter Sauce is throwing $2 out there. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate that. Even better, a period piece Evil Dead pirate movie. See, now you're spitting, Carter. That would be insane. You know, like, completely getting rid of technology in general. Let's just go back in time. Do a period piece. That's how you fix that. I love period piece horror movies, man, especially ones that take place in like the 70s or like the 80s or something. Because, like, man, there's it's so much easier to write out technology, so much easier to write out things like yeah, I mean, it's so much harder to make a horror film in the time period where cell phones exist, you know? So much more difficult, especially an Evil Dead movie, you know? So I'm with you. Pirates, fuck it. Let's go back in time. You know, my buddy once, like, pitched an idea to me about, like, whatever, you know, what's the origin story of the Book of the Dead, you know? Like, what's that? Like, could they make a movie out of that? That would be so cool. And I'm like, that's kind of a sick idea. Yeah, I hope they do that one day. That would be sweet. So I'm here for it, man. More Evil Dead movies. Another concept that I feel like could go on for forever. Like, Evil Dead is a franchise I feel like, just like Scream, could go on for eternity. So I love it, dog. Carter Sauce, make it happen. Write that pirate Evil Dead movie, dog. Thanks for the $2. Really appreciate your support, man. Jason Carpenter's also throwing $2 out there. Thanks for the support, Jason. It really does mean a lot, man. Scream 6, number one favorite movie of 2023. Bittersweet. I loved it, man. I really did love Scream 6. And I think it's so funny that, like, all year I've been, like, defending the hell out of this movie. Like, this is a movie I really enjoy. Guys, I'm going to be honest. It's barely in my top 10. I love it. I love it to death. But there's a lot of good movies this year, man. You know, like, people are going to be mad about my top 10. That's all I'm saying right now. I loved it. It's a great movie. It's really fun. But I just feel like there's a lot of better movies, you know? There's just a lot of horror films come out in a year, dude. I'm not going to say where it ranks on my list, but it's in there. You know, it's high up in there. It's not at the bottom. I like Scream 6. But I'm glad it's number one. Hell yeah. I think it is really interesting that so many people are saying this is their favorite movie of the whole year, though, because there's so many critics for this movie. Like, so many people came out of the woodwork a month later saying that they absolutely hate it. And those same people are also saying this is their number one favorite horror movie of the year. I'm like, whoa, what? Like, that's so interesting to me. So I don't know. It's an interesting take. I'm not saying that about you, Jason. I'm so glad it's your favorite movie of the year. That makes me really happy. But it is funny to see so many people who I saw criticize the hell out of out of these movies, you know? Criticize the hell out of especially Scream 6, and now they're like, oh, that's like my favorite movie of the whole year. And I'm like, whoa, really? Okay, shit. That's crazy. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it though. I mean, it's one of my favorite Scream films. It's up there for me. It's probably my second favorite sequel now, I would say. Like number 2. I still Scream 4, man. I love Scream 4 to death. It's so much fun. I think it has the best killer reveal of the whole franchise. It's great. Scream 4, I love it, man. It's not perfect either. It's got some weird shit going on, but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy it a lot. So, I'm excited to see what they do with. Am I excited to see what they do with 7? I don't know. For me, what I love about Scream 6 that I hope that same energy gets morphed into 7 is they just took it down different paths. You know, I remember watching Scream 2 and 3 for the first time and just being like, this just feels like the killer reveal, especially to me, just felt like they were like just hitting on old beats, you know? There's some fun character stuff in those movies that I really appreciate, but I just didn't really feel anything new with some of the killers there. And while the killers in Scream 6 kind of fall into that same vibe, same boat, whatever, it's basically just Mrs. Loomis again. I did really appreciate the fact that they took it down different paths. First movie with 3 killers, an opening scene where we get a Ghostface reveal. Technically a movie with 5 Ghostface killers. We've never done that before. We've never done an early reveal. We've never, there's so many things about that movie that we've never done before. Big franchise staples in Scream 6. So I don't know. For me, it's a must-watch Scream film. If you could say what are only 2 movies you got to watch from the Scream franchise, I would say 1 and 6. I would say those are the 2 most important because they capture the full vibe of the entire franchise. 1 has, I would say, encapsulates the vibe of the first 3 films. 6 kind of captures the energy of the later 3. So I don't know. To me, those are the 2 most important. 4 is also up there though too. 1, 4, and 6, I think are the most important. If you had no other Scream films, those 1, 4, and 6, without a doubt. But I love it, and I'm glad it's your number 1, Jason. Very good stuff, man. Very good stuff. It's up there for me, like I said. Great stuff, Jason. Thanks for the $2. I really do appreciate it. Oh, what else do we got going on? What else is hanging on? Your name is Alex. Listen, I'm a stickler for detail, okay? There's no E in there. I was just making sure, you know? But what if your name was Alexander? You're I prefer to be called Alexander. I wouldn't know, you know? I don't want to be up here being Alex, what's up, dog? And it's just this guy doesn't even know my name. What the hell's going on? So I always just like to clarify, man. I want to be respectful. I want to be respectful, but I also say some pretty nasty stuff on the internet almost every day. Anyways, Mr. L is saying, I feel like bringing back Stu is when the franchise admits it's out of ideas. I'm with you, dude. The moment you start jumping the shark, the moment you got to bring back stuff from a previous movie that was good, this goes for any franchise, by the way. This doesn't just, I'm not just oh, I hate Stu or something. No, I love Stu. He's my favorite Ghostface killer. I love him. But bringing him back is just wow, you just had no ideas for a new Ghostface? I'm starting to feel the exhaustion a little bit with even Scream 6, man. I loved it. I love the film so much, but that third act, it's almost great. It's so close. It's almost there, but that killer motive is just, it's fine. You know, what I'll say about it is that Scream 6 adds a lot to Scream 5, which is cool. It makes, for me, Scream 6's third act makes me 5 more and 6 less. Because it builds on Richie so much as a character, which is really cool. But to me, it's now your characters in this movie are shallow though. You know, Richie is a way more fascinating character because of Scream 6. But for me, I want to know more about Wayne. I want to know more about the siblings. You know, it's whoa, if you're going to set this up, you know, give us more, give us more of this. Well, what's going on here? I feel like I barely know anything about those characters because most of the time they're on screen, they're pretending they're somebody else. That's what's so important about a third act. You got to get to know your Ghostface, who they really are, you know? And I feel like I don't want to say the only Ghostfaces. I just don't get to know enough because Mickey is definitely up there, but I wish I got to know Wayne Bailey a little more, you know, in that final act. I wish I got to spend more time with them opposed to them just talking about Richie, you know? It's great. I personally wouldn't change that element, but if I could rewrite Scream 6, the big thing I would change is just make the killers somebody else. Anybody else, any other motive besides something to do with Richie. Even though, like I said, does make me like Scream 5 a lot more. So there is that. But I don't think it's that hard to write. We were talking about Danny Johnson earlier. We were talking about Scream fan films. I've seen fan films try out new motives. And it's cool. Hell yeah, that's what we want. I just think angry parent characters, man, it's been done to death. Especially in whodunits. That's just my thinking, though. What else we got going on? Are you excited for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Dude, yes. I am so excited for this movie. I love the Ghostbusters movies, like, to death. That 2016 movie doesn't exist. Don't worry about it. But 1, 2, and Afterlife, man, bangers. I'm so excited for Frozen Empire, the 4th Ghostbuster film. It's the 4th one. Don't worry about it. Dude, that trailer got me so hyped. I love these movies. They're so much fun. The Ghostbusters franchise to me is this warm blanket that I can just put over on a cold winter's day and just enjoy, man. Sometimes I'll do a little double feature of the first Ghostbusters and the second one. They're so much fun. Oh my God, I love those movies so much. But I liked Afterlife. It's really solid. I wouldn't say it's as at the same quality as the first 2 movies, but still really fun. Still a really solid watch. And I think Frozen Empire is going to be better. Hot take. A lot of people are saying some negative things about this one. I don't know. I think I see this movie being a step up from Afterlife, but that's just where I am mentally. I'm really excited for it, man. Oh, it's going to be great. Have you ever seen John Carpenter's The Thing? Dude, I think if I said no, like, everyone would unsubscribe. Like, just hot take. That's not a hot take. No. Yes, I have. I love it. It's one of the best horror films ever made, like, without question. The thing is, it's a masterpiece. I really don't know what can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said. I mean, it's perfect. It's some of the best practical effects ever shot on film. It's amazing. I would love for that secret sequel to have been made. They were going to make a sequel to this in like 2004, 2005. Frank Darabont was going to direct it, like an amazing director. If you don't know, I don't know. Wish it would have happened. And do you think we will ever see another film in the series KillJoy Jake? And do you think either character was a thing at the end of the film? Great questions all around, dog. So like I said, in like the early thousands, Frank Darabont was developing a sequel that would have taken place like days or like a couple of months or so after the events of the first one, where it takes place in the desert. Like they bring, the dead bodies or whatever to the desert. And of course, shit starts happening again. Frank Darabont was going to direct it. And like, dude, for me, I would have lost my mind if that would have happened. Like, that would have been so cool. That project ended up becoming The Thing prequel, which is fine. It's so fine. Like, it's such a 5 out of 10 movie, dude. Like, I don't know. For the first one to be such a masterpiece and the prequel to be just such a, like, it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's bad. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's just mid, man. It's just middle of the road. It's fine. It's whatever. It could have been way better, in my opinion. I won't, like, I'm not out here saying it sucks. I think a lot of people will come out the gate saying it sucks. The effects, that's the biggest thing that weighs it down, though. That sucks. It's like they use CGI for a prequel to a film that's known for its great practical effects. I'm like, what? Man, I know that's studio interference, but it just comes off as like if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, the filmmakers had no idea what they were doing, It's studio interference. I want to make that so clear, but man, that makes me so sad about that. Do I think either character was a thing at the end of the film? I do agree with the child's theory, because you don't see his breath. This is a big, very popular theory about the Thing. I agree with it wholeheartedly. I think he got infected at some point, and he is a thing at the end of the movie. It's a tragic ending no matter how you look at it, but to me it's like more tragic if one of them is infected, and it's basically now it's become this like man, how do I even want to describe that? This like Lovecraftian fucked up story where these two characters are dying like freezing to death essentially. One of them is human, one of them is the antagonist and may or may not know, I love that. I love the thought of that's the last conversation that Kurt Russell's character has with the monster he's been trying to defeat the entire time. Is that what you see at the end? And then they just slowly freeze to death. That's so upsetting. Like, oh my God, fuck. What a movie though. I mean, I just love it. I love that movie so much to death. It's the best John Carpenter movie. Love it. Every film studio, there's a moment when the actors hit rock bottom. In Cool Runnings, it was when John Kenny's prize bobsled broke in where are we going, man? In Human Centipede, it was when those people signed on to be in that. That has got to be that's a quote from something. What is that a quote from? I've heard that before. it is escaping me right now. I'm like, in Human Centipede, it was when those people signed in to be. What is that? Oh, what is that from? That's killing me that I don't know that. I'm like, I've heard that before. That's really funny though, Legion. I love it, man. Jacob Myers is saying, besides bringing back Stu as Ghostface, I would include Jill Roberts, Mickey, and Christina Carpenter as the killers. you know how I feel about returning Ghostfaces. You know, I love all those characters, all great characters, man, great stuff. If there were two more movies in the DGG trilogy after 2018 and Kills, the third movie is like Halloween 3, focuses on Corey without Michael and Laurie in it. The fourth movie is Ends with Michael and Laurie. I like, dude, listen, the whole story changes for me if you just make Corey either in the entire trilogy or you just make Cameron the Corey character. Like that works for me. You know, it's like perfect. It's the whole thing would be fixed and would actually be like, could theoretically be an homage to Christine opposed to just like yanking that plot line and being like, bam, now that's our movie. You know, that's my problem. That's my biggest number one problem with Halloween Ends is like, it's just Christine. Just replace the car with Michael, man. It's the same movie. Pretty much the same themes too. I don't know. Band kids also like just don't. Band kids like are the ones that get bullied, man. I was a band kid and I know. I know, dog. Like it's just like that's so unrealistic, man. Band kids do not like, in my experience, don't bully people. Like, or in terms of like if we're talking like all over the place, you know, like what the general consensus is. It's not just that's just not usual. It's just not what usually happens. It's such a weird thing to write into a movie. I don't know. I'm all about trying things out that are different and new for films, but if it's like unmotivated, I just don't. I can't get into it. I don't know. I'm gonna stop bashing Halloween Ends, but like I said, it's just it's a movie that it represents everything I just don't like about franchise continuations. So I don't know. It's my whole thing. Cosmic Urgency is saying 1 and 3 they work back to back and feel like a finale. Oh, for Scream, like you're saying, like those are the two that are the most important. I disagree on 3, dude. 3 is just not. It's just not for. I don't want to say it's not for me because I do like a lot of it, but it's basically a scary movie, man. It's just it's too goofy. It's too goofy in my opinion. Bringing in Billy's illegitimate. I'm not gonna say that. Daughter who has hallucinations of him was already a no ideas moment. I don't know. It's not my favorite conception of a character ever, but it works for me. I will say, like, seeing Billy in the reflection and stuff is pretty much fan service. That's what I chalk that up to. So I'm not crazy about that, but I don't know. It doesn't bug me. I wouldn't say it bugs me. I think Melissa Barrera's performance in both of those movies is what makes it work for me. I think if it was, a lesser actress, I would agree. But because her performance is so fucking awesome, like especially like when she's stabbing Richie to death at the end of that movie, that is so fucking awesome. That's what makes it work for me. That's why I'm like, oh my god, yes, fuck yeah. She's awesome in both of those movies. She's so badass. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. But some people hate her, man. I've seen the tweets. I've been on Twitter. Some people are like, man, I absolutely hate Sam Carpenter, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it personally. I'm like, she is so fucking badass in those two movies, dude. Like that, I just love it. I just think she has some great moments. And a very different character than Sidney Prescott too. I'm glad she's not the same character. That would blow if they just tried to do like, here's Sidney's replacement. That's not the vibe that she gives off to me. So, oh, Brian is saying Wayne Bailey is a top 3 Scream character for you. Hell yeah, man. I respect for it, man. Wayne Bailey, I'll say he's higher up on my list than probably what most people would have him. He's like number. If I had to rank all the ghost faces, he's probably like number 8, number 7 for me. He's like in the middle, right in the middle there. I really like him. He's underrated in my opinion. I think, like, listen, if they were going for over the top parent character, he's got some funny moments, but he's so obviously the killer, man. Like, it's like, dude, what? You mess with you fuck with my family, you die. It's like, dude. dude, like my man's killing people, dude. Oh my god, that scene cracks me up. It's so funny. Scream 6, what a movie, man. Screams 2 and 3 were the two best in the whole franchise. Scream 2 has some of the best moments and some of the worst moments of the whole franchise for me. There's so many, like, every moment of Scream 2 is either like my favorite part of the entire franchise or like I'm questioning why they even wrote this into the script. And there is no in between. Like, genuinely every scene is that for me. So, I don't know. Scream 2 is such a mixed bag, in my opinion. There's so much I love. There's so much I hate. I'm so on the fence about how I feel about that film. I have a very weird take about Scream 2 that I won't express it in a live stream because I just feel like it's going to come off the wrong way. But at some point, I want to do a video on it. I have some I don't know. I have some weird thoughts about the film. The more I come back to it, the less I like it. Is really how I feel about Scream 2. There's certain aspects to it that I'm man, I don't know. Like I don't even know how to say it without like. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say how I feel about it because I don't want to. It'll come off the wrong way. I want to do a whole video talking about something I've noticed about the Scream 2 commentary in particular. That makes me dislike the film a little more. I don't. There's an element to it that I don't agree with. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a certain element to Scream 2's commentary that I don't necessarily agree with, and I feel like came from the poor production. And well, one day I'll make a video about it. That's all I'm gonna say. One day I'll do it. It's something I've noticed more and more every time I watch it. But what I will say is I did watch the film recently with my niece and nephew, and they really enjoyed the film, and that made me really happy. I was like, hey, hell yeah, I'm glad you guys like this. I showed them Scream 2 because they had only seen Scream 1, and I'm like, oh, you gotta see all the sequels. Like they're so good. As much as I do have criticisms of Scream 2, I love all these movies. Like I really do. Every single one of them I love. But I don't know, man. We'll get into that at some point. ABH Ninjas is saying, hi, I'm new to the channel and love your Terrifier content. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I know I've been talking about Scream for like 45 minutes, but I promise I do talk about other things. Like Terrifier, for instance. So please ask a Terrifier question if you got one. I'm here for it. You know, I can talk about Scream all day, but I can also talk about I've done so much reading on Terrifier, dog. Like let's run it. Let's make this shit happen. It's great stuff. Dylan is with us tonight as well, saying, have you seen Summer of 84? Okay, so here's my thing about Summer of 84. I really loved this movie. I really enjoyed it. But is there a remake of it, Summer of 84? Because I've seen like whatever the newer one is, like the 2018 film. Is this a remake? Because I've always felt like this was a remake of something, but maybe I'm totally wrong. We're looking at the Wikipedia real quick. No, I don't think it is. Okay, I don't know why. Like every time this movie gets brought up, I'm always like, isn't this a remake of something else? I don't think it is. But excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. There's some things about the twist I'm not crazy about, but I really enjoyed this movie. This is a really fun watch. I recommend it. I would say like anybody who's a fan of like 80s. I don't like 80s horror is too general. You know what I mean? That's too much of a wide scope. If you like movies where it's like has that 80s nostalgia vibe to it, and also is a bit of like got a mystery going. It's a mysterious horror film. You know, you don't have a 100%. Oh, this is what's going on the whole time. That's what I love about it so much. Keeps you guessing. It's a movie that keeps you guessing. Really, really fun film for sure. Cosmic Urgency, man. Cosmic Urgency is very negative. Not a criticism on your part. You're allowed to be negative, my friend. But Frozen about friends stuck on a ski lift. Jester is a cringe Terrifier knockoff. Damn, bro. Damn. Cosmic Urgency. Let me ask you something. What's something you like? What's a movie you enjoy, my friend? Throw it at me, dog. Hit me with that. I'm curious. I'm just noticing. I'm like, oh man. There's a lot of things you don't like. Diego Rojas is saying time travel in Scream 7. Ghostface goes in time to help Jill. Helps. I don't GTSO. I'm like, get the fuck out of Sid. Help Jill get the fuck out with Sydney. That's crazy. I mean, listen, you know what I will say is in Stab 7, you know, that's, you know, there's a bit of was a bit of time travel in that one. So, I mean, hey, you know, anything's possible, man. Maybe that's what happens with Scream 7. You never know, man. That's that's really funny, dog. Hey, listen, you know, anything's possible with Scream 7 at this point. Good and bad things, you know? So anything can happen. You never know, Diego. But dude, thank you for the support, man. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for being here tonight too. I really just appreciate you hanging out with me. Man, I'm not going to click on that one. I have so many things I would like to say about that one, but I'm not even going to touch that. Lazy Boy is saying, if you could do a slasher film, what would be the mask of your killer? I will have an answer to that question. I'll have an answer to that question soon. I want to tell you. I want to tell you so bad. I'm working on a slasher film myself. It's a little short film. It's not a whole feature. Trust me, I wish it was. But I'm working on a little something for people to see next year, hopefully. So you'll know soon. It's a slasher film with a guy in a mask. That's all I'm gonna say. I have never been so excited about a project in my life. This is I'm so happy with the script, man. Brian Phillips is saying Martin Scorsese always said Scream 3 was the greatest in the franchise. Dog, if you can send me that quote from Martin Scorsese, I will drop every Scream 3 criticism I've ever had. This will be heralded on this page as the greatest Scream film. If you can bring me that quote. If Martin Scorsese ever says that Scream 3 is the best one, you know what? It is. It's the best one then, in that case. That's so funny, Brian. Oh my God. Connie Cleary gifted a KillJoy Jake membership. Connie, thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that so much. Thanks for the support. Means a whole lot to old Jake here. Thank you. Thank you. Alex Mac McCarthy is saying, are you looking forward to Night Swim, you mean? Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It's a January release, so you never know. It's a 50-50, right? These movies in January, sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really not. You really never know, and I'm excited to take that gamble. That's kind of how I am with just Blumhouse in general at this point, dude. Like, Blumhouse movies are so hit or miss for me at this point. Sometimes I really like them, like Megan. Sometimes I don't, like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I was just like, oh man, that was just not for me. But I don't know, man. Night Swim could be something good. Same with Imaginary. There was things in both of those trailers where I'm like, ooh, okay, looks like there's some interesting shit here. So you never know, dude. I mean, like, Megan is seriously one of my favorite horror films of the whole year. I really enjoyed that. That movie is so fucking funny to me. I love it. I crack up every time. It's great. It's just it's such a great comedy horror, man. There's so much funny shit in that. Such an unexpected hit for me. I really did not think I was gonna like it. It looked like it was marketed towards like the more of the TikTok community, more the younger crowd, which I know I look young, but I don't know. For me, like, some of the more like younger focus horror is just not for me. Although I love gateway horror, I think after my Five Nights at Freddy's review, some people are like, oh man, this guy he just only likes things that are gory and gross and messed up. I promise you I don't. Coraline is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, beyond horror, one of my favorite movies of all time is Coraline. It is beautiful. The stop motion in that movie is amazing. The story is amazing. The characters are amazing. I have no complaints. Like, it's a perfect movie. Coraline, fantastic. Like, 10 out of 10 movie. So, I don't know. For me, I love gateway horror. It's just got to be done right, man. And Blumhouse, I don't know. I just don't feel like they did Five Nights at Freddy's justice, personally, in that movie. But Night Swim, will it be good? I don't know. Blumhouse is a gamble for me. It's always a 50-50 if I'm going to like it or not. We'll just have to see. I hope I do, though. It looks really intriguing. Haunted Pool, that's really cool. Really cool idea. Okay, Cosmic Urgency, recent movie I enjoyed, Terrifier 2. Fuck yeah, dog. Hey, hell yeah. I'm glad you liked that one. Cosmic Urgency, I knew I could get some positivity out of you, dog. Good stuff, man. Terrifier 2, you love it. Gotta love it. Love to see it. I love that one too, dude. I love Terrifier 2. It's my favorite horror movie from last year. Great stuff. I'm reading some of these. These are so funny. Some of these are cracking me up. My friend was in a band and he had a bully. However, my friend smacked his guitar over the bully's head. Holy shit. Damn. Shit. That's fucked up, dude. Was the bully in band though? I guess is my question. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like band kids are not usually bullies. It was just so hard for me to think about anything else whenever I was seeing those characters on screen and Halloween Ends. I don't know. Crazy stuff. Oh, Alex, you're good, man. You're good. I was just making fun. I just like to rip on people. I'm so sorry. Like, I really apologize. I hope that doesn't come off as me being an asshole. I just like being a silly little goofball like that, dog. You're all good. You're all good. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Mac. Alex Mac McCarthy. Do you go by Mac? Do people call you Mac? I don't know. Welcome in, Alex. Welcome in, dog. Cosmic Urgency is saying what I liked about KillJoy's Scream fan film is that it was meta. So many Scream fan films, and they are never meta. Scream is just Scream is not just a guy in a mask making phone calls, people. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, Cosmic Urgency, what I'll say is like, listen, my fan film's not perfect. It's got a lot of problems. We didn't have enough money, you know? I mean, that's just the just the front of it. But for what we were able to do for $5,000, I'm really proud of it. Like, I can't believe we were able to do what we did for $5K. I mean, I don't know about too many other feature-length horror films that were not only made for $5,000, but feature an earth vagina that has a eruption of blood that shoots out of it. Specifically 50,000 or 50, not 50, 50 gallons of fake blood out of it, man. I mean, there's not too many movies like that exist. So for me, I'm really proud of it. I'm very happy with what we were able to do. But you know, next time, hopefully we'll have more money. We'll actually be able to do, even crazier things, hopefully in the next one. So I appreciate that though. Thank you. Thank you so much. I get it. It's not, trust me, it's not perfect, dog. I'm well aware of that. Holy shit, Salem's Corner is with us. What's up, dog? How's it going? Yes, Coraline is my fave. That and James and the Giant Peach. Oh, James and the Giant. I haven't seen that one in a long time, but I remember enjoying that one. What's up, Salem? How's it going? Salem has a Scream fan film coming out. Salem, I'm going to be honest, I have not been keeping up with that as much as I would have liked to. Is that out? I feel bad that I don't know that. Please put it in the chat if it is. Like run it up if that's out and about. I want to see that though. I'm hyped to see it. Ty Lee is saying, I didn't realize Shawnee Smith was in The Blob. She is, yeah. Until I watched it for the first time a couple nights ago. I loved it, by the way. Dude, I love The Blob. I watched this one earlier this year for the first time. Love this movie. Oh my God. Listen, I'm a sucker for movies where people melt. I'm a sucker for it, man. People who are just melted into goo. It's always entertaining. There's never a time it misses for me personally. If someone melts into goo in a horror film, I'm entertained. I'm having a good time. I'm a simple man to please, I guess. I don't know. The Blob remake, dude, from the 80s, so good. So much fun. Vacanus is saying, I'm actually super excited for Imaginary, but that's half because of the music in that trailer being absolutely incredible. Dude, that trailer was impressive, man. I had a really good time with that trailer. There was there's some funny moments, like when the girl's freaking out at the teddy bear, man. That's so over the top. I love it. But dude, the dandelion nail thing or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, that's really upsetting, dude. So I don't know. That trailer had a lot of really good moments. I was like, okay, I feel like I can get into this. I don't want to get my hopes too high up for Blumhouse movies, you know, because they could just end up being generic messes. But you never know, man. You never know. I'm holding out hope, man. I always love to see horror films win, too. I don't care who it comes from. If horror films are winning, that means horror is winning in general. Ratty Patty is saying, I wonder if the Strangers trilogy will be like the Fear Street trilogy, one movie coming out weekly, fortnightly for a month. You know, that's a great question. Honestly, it really is, because they're releasing in theaters, but they're all releasing next year. You know, there's 3 movies literally releasing next year in the Strangers trilogy. It's a great question, dude. I have no idea. You're probably right. Like, if I had to guess, they're probably doing like a thing where it's like it releases in theaters, you know, and then like next month there's the next one, you know. They probably have like the one finish out its run, then the next one. I think that's such an interesting approach, because like typically what they did with Netflix with Fear Street was they just threw them on the streaming service. But to me, what's interesting about this new Strangers trilogy is I think that they're testing the waters with maybe doing something like both. Like, if I had to guess, none of this is confirmed. This is speculation on my end, but I feel like they're going to go to theaters, you know, for, like you said, like maybe only 2 weeks, then go to, you know, straight to streaming immediately after that. That's, if I had to guess, that's what I feel like they're doing, because they, you know, studios are starting to get smarter. You know, they're starting to realize, oh, wow, if we put these franchise continuations that are actually highly anticipated in the theaters, they'll make some money. Listen, Orphan First Kill made some money at the box office. That's pretty unexpected. That was supposed to be a straight to streaming, you know, whatever movie, and it was wildly successful. Super big hit over on Paramount Plus and in the theaters. But, you know, limited theater run. I think it only made like less than $2 million or something, but that's still $2 million they didn't have beforehand. They weren't even going to throw it in theaters, man. They just did, and then on a whim, and it was like, oh shit, made some money. So if I had to guess, I feel like, yeah, they'll probably have their run in theaters. They'll go straight to streaming, and they'll just keep doing that all year with these movies, and probably they'll make money, is my guess. I think that would be cool if they went that route. That'd be sweet. Oh, I love the Megan reference. Perpetual Pets. I man, what a movie. What a movie, man. I love it so much. Great stuff. I hope the little pale girl comes back for Terrifier 3. I'm with you, dog. I'm super excited for Sienna coming in Terrifier 3. She was awesome. Yes, she was. Lauren LaVere is fantastic, dude. I really, man, I just loved her performance in that movie so much. I think she's just one of the best final girls of our generation, like without a doubt, dude. She kills it in that movie. She's so badass. Fucking awesome, dude. And I'm excited to see what they do with the little pale girl. You know, ABH Ninjas. I don't know if you've seen my video talking a little bit about what my theory is on who Art the Clown is, who the little pale girl is, but I recommend it. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of that theory if you haven't seen that video yet. It's probably one of my favorite ones that I have on this page. Cosmic Urgency is saying, does it make sense that Thanksgiving is getting a sequel? The first seems like it barely made a profit. It made a pretty decent profit. To my knowledge, they made that for like 10 million, and I think it made like over 40 million. So I mean, that's like 4 times the budget if I'm right about that. Yeah, box office 45 million, and I believe they only made it for $10 million. 15 million. Okay, I was close. I mean, that's still 3 times its budget, dude. You know, that's a pretty good reason to make another one. Maybe not, you know, the most perfect reason, but, you know, here's the other thing, too. Most sequels, right, they get, like, a little more money tossed at them. I don't think that Thanksgiving needs more money, you know? You could actually throw less money at it, probably. So I don't know. For me, I'm really excited for a Thanksgiving sequel. I really enjoyed that. Infinite Sky is saying, I find Red Right Hand more of a dark comedy than a horror film. That's what we were going for. I mean, we were going more for gross and silly than versus like actually scary. So that's totally fine. That's what we were going for, man. that's really cool. I'm glad you have that takeaway. Yes, the Grussy. May the Lord love her and keep her. Yeah, if you guys are wondering, the Grussy currently lives in a warehouse in Akron. It's just sitting there. People work by it every single day, which I think is really funny. But yeah, I was able to bring that to life, man. So it's great. Oh, Salem's got an update on When a Scream is Heard. It is not released yet, but When a Scream is Heard, it is in fact coming soon. Hell yes, fuck yes. Everybody check out Salem's fan film, When a Scream is Heard. I've seen some things from it. I can't say too much about it, but holy shit, it looks really cool. Really cool stuff. Salem, as some of you may know, actually does a little cameo in Red Right Hand too. So very cool stuff. I loved it. Very great stuff though. Make sure to check it out. It's sweet. Sweet as fuck, dude. Oh, wait. Cosmic Urgency is saying, KillJoy, I was confused by what you were saying, so I looked up your movie. Now see that you made a feature. Oh, you didn't know that I made a full feature. Dude, awesome. I was talking about the short fan film you need. I need to see the feature version now. Yeah, so here's what I'll say, man. Like, once again, go, we made that short film for no money, pretty much, like a couple $100. And then we made the feature film for like $5,000, which most of you know is not enough money to make a feature film. For instance, like, you know, the original Terrifier was made for like $35,000, you know, and like that, it looks low budget, you know. I'm just gonna say it how it is, you know. I mean, I even think that the folks who made it would say that. So, you know, listen, man. I mean, go easy on it. Go easy on it. It's not perfect, but I think there's a lot of fun things in the movie that I feel are absolutely worth your time. There's some really gross shit. I just spoiled one of the biggest things about it. One of the biggest surprises, in my opinion. But I'm very proud of a lot of the kills and what we were able to bring to life. We were able to bring some Dead by Daylight lore into the feature, which was really cool. And there's just a lot of things that I feel like we were able to do that the movies aren't doing in the fan film. You know, that was a big reason why I wanted to make it. I'm like, man, we need different ideas, you know, bouncing around. Like, so here's your typical Scream movie from a different perspective. Is kind of what the impetus was with that movie. I think if I was to make another Scream fan film, though, I would focus more on like who the Ghostface is, what the motive is. That would be the main focus. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would want to do next time. Because the point of my goal with Red Right Hand was like, let's show a movie from the killer's perspective. That was it. You know, typical Scream movie, killer's perspective. Make it grosser, make it greasier, make it fit the vibe of what I feel that ghost faces are all about. So I think I was able to capture that. It is a love letter to my favorite ghost faces, is how I look at the film. So you're gonna need a cameo from me for the sequel. I'm down. Let's run it. I'll make it happen. I'm so down, Salem. Let's run that. And you're also saying it hasn't been released yet, but the teaser trailer for When a Scream is Heard is up on YouTube. I'm still waiting on my Scream 2 cameo to come through with their scene. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so the teaser trailer is up for this. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. It's over on Salem's channel. Check that out. Very exciting stuff. This is the Scream fan film that I'm probably the most excited for moving forward. So, very good stuff. Very good stuff. I love it. Where did my water go, dog? Oh my god. I need a sip of water so bad. Did I lose that thing? I lost it. Oh my god, it's right. It is. If it was a snake, it would bite me. It's right in front of me. Damn. How we feeling out in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? We chilling? We vibing on this new stuff. Ella is with us tonight. What's up, Ella? How's it going? Ella with a single leaf. I should specify that. I hope they keep the new Strangers trilogy solemn, just like. Did you mean solid or solemn? Just like they did perfectly with the first one, but only sprinkled throughout the second movie. I feel Fear Street is more colorful than the Strangers. I agree. Very different tones in movies for sure. You know, my worry with the Stranger trilogy, I'm kind of with you. I hope that it feels like the first one, but not the same movie. But like, that's where my worries come in, man. The director, Rennie Harlin, has said some things. Wait, is it Rennie Harlin? Is that a different director? I think it's Rennie Harlin is the name of the director of these three films. He said some things about that first movie that make me think that it's kind of just going to be a remake of the original, which I don't know. That kind of worries me, man. I don't think that's what we need to do for a new Strangers movie. Personally, is just do the same thing again. I liked that Pray at Night. Kind of took it down a different direction. I know some people don't like Pray at Night, but I appreciate it that it's just not the same movie again. You know, and if we're gonna keep making these movies, do something different, man. Don't do the same thing over and over again. So. With what I know about that, the third one specifically is that it's going to be very similar to the first one. You know, couple is at an Airbnb somewhere, they get attacked by the Strangers. So I mean, the setup is slightly different. I'll give them that. You'll most likely have. I really like. What's great about that first movie? Another element that doesn't get talked about a lot is the two characters having this like. Something I don't want to spoil it. Should I just spoil it? I don't care. Your two characters are having a certain disagreement about their romantic relationship, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting to watch unfold. And then where it ends is like, whoa, holy fuck! It's an incredible movie, man. But for me, I really hope that they don't just do the same thing, right? Like I hope that it's just a totally different relationship between our two characters. That would make it different enough for me, you know? So. I'll take that. You should put the Grussy in an art museum. I'm so glad that so many people know what this is. It makes me so happy. Shout out to my friend Jenna Seaman, who is in the movie. Yes, that's her last name. Don't make fun of her, please. She's had so many people make fun of her. Shout out to her for coining the term Grussy, by the way. While we were filming the scene, she's in the scene, by the way. She's the girl that grabs my shoulder and starts yelling at me a bunch of shit. I won't say any more than that. But she was the one that coined the term while we filmed the scene. She's like, can we call it the Grussy? And I'm like, absolutely, we can call it that. So she's incredible. Absolutely incredible. She's great in the movie too. Infinite Sky is saying, thank you, Jake, for bringing the Grussy to the world. Of course, anything I can do. Anything I can do to make more people throw up, that's my goal. That's so funny. Oh my God, Salem, thank you so much. The feature of Red Right Hand is up there. Jake, you did such a great job in bringing so many in the horror community together. Chef's kiss. You understood the assignment. Thank you. Thank you so much, Salem. I really appreciate that. And I highly look forward to your Scream fan film as well. I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to see it. I've heard so much about it, you know, I'm just like, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see what you've done. And I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. It's great stuff. What else we got going on here? Greasier. It can never be too greasy. Phil and Kill and Dylan. Come on, man. Can never be too greasy. Happy to be here. Ella, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. Fabian L is saying, nice to join alive for once here. Welcome in, dog. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you, dude. I hope you're still here. I see your comments are a couple minutes old. But thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. The Crossed is a gnarly comic series that I thought I'd hate, but I love it. I saw someone else talking about this a second ago. Is Crossed the one? I dare KillJoy Jake to read the horror comic, The Crossed. I think it's worse than Terrifier. Is that the one that the sadness is based off of? Or is that something else? Crossed comic book series. Oh, I think it is. Following, I'm reading about this horror post-apocalyptic. I think this is, I think it is. Images. I'll be able to tell from the images. I think so. I'm gonna look up the sadness. Yeah, okay, yeah, that comes up. Yeah, that is what this is. Okay, yeah, I've been wanting to read this. I've seen the sadness, love it. For the most part, I think sadness kind of falls apart in the ending for me, but I do love most of it. Like the majority of the sadness. I actually, here's what's so funny. I have such a hilarious relationship with that movie. I got 30 minutes into the sadness, and I had to turn it off because my stream was like starting in 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta turn this off. I love everything about the first 30 minutes of that movie. It is one of the best beginnings to a zombie deadite movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of Evil Dead, if you're a fan of any zombie movie in general, you gotta watch The Sadness. Oh my God. The first 30 minutes of that is perfect. Like, I wouldn't change a thing. It is just blissful horror, a great, disgusting time. I love it. I love every moment of the beginning of The Sadness. But then you get into the back half and they introduce a certain element about the zombies I don't care for. And then there's this like doctor character that takes over the third act, and I'm just not crazy about that either. It really falls apart for me in the back half. But man, I mean, the beginning of that movie is so much fun. Like, dude, if they had sold it on the back half of that movie, I think it would be one of my favorite movies of like the 2020s. Wow. Has one of the strongest starts to a horror film I've seen in a very long time, though, for sure. That's a big compliment. I mean, that's a pretty. It would be on my top 10 list of like best horror movies of the 2020s. Honestly, I think it would probably be towards the bottom, but I mean, it's a really interesting movie. I have so much to say about that movie. I think it's so interesting. Brian Bertino directed The Stranger's Dog. No. Scott. No, you are correct. I'm talking about Rennie Harlin directing the new ones. I believe it's him, off the top of my head. I know that Brian Bertino directed that. And who directed the sequel was Johannes Roberts, I believe. But yeah, Brian Bertino's got an excellent, he's had an excellent career, man. A lot of underrated horror films from him. The one, what's the most recent one? The Dark and the Wicked. He directed that movie. So good. Like, does not get talked about nearly as enough as it should. Really sad, really crazy movie. But I believe it's Rennie Harlin doing the new ones. The Strangers 2024. I just want to double check that. I don't want to say something that's wrong. Rennie Harlin. Yeah, he is directing that one. Okay. Madeline Pesh is starring, which is really cool. I'm excited for it, man. It looks like it's going to be fun. Very good stuff. Ella was not a fan of The Sadness. It's awful. Horror already profits off of women. Yeah, that's the part of it I'm not crazy about that either. I'm going to be honest. When it gets to the point of, that I just can't. Kind of like the end of All Hallows Eve. Yuck. No, I'm with you on that. I feel like they took a step too far with that personally. And listen, I am all about horror pushing boundaries, but there's a tasteful and distasteful way to do it. You know what I mean? Like there's a right way to do it. Okay, this is too much for me, and that there is a part of that movie that was too much for me. And I don't want to talk about that on YouTube. The YouTube overlords have been very kind to this channel. I hope you guys know. I swear in every video that gets uploaded on this page, and they don't demonetize me. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I'm thankful. I pray to the YouTube overlords every day for their kindness upon me. I don't want to push it all more than I already have. So that's all I'll say on it. But they, like I said, you can kind of get what I'm talking about. They introduce a certain element to the zombies that I just feel like is stepping into too far grounds. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? Yeah, the eye socket, man. That's too much. Yeah, it's way too much, man. It's like that you already had me. You already had me with how brutal this movie was. That's all it needed to be. And listen, this is coming from the same guy who's like, listen, art and horror in general, they need to push boundaries. I'm there. I'm with you there. But if it's unmotivated, then I say no. You know what I mean? It's just not. If it's unmotivated, it's pointless. It's juvenile. You know what I mean? Like that's my problem with the sadness. Is most of it is great and fucking awesome and crazy, but sometimes I'm like, sometimes I watch a movie like that and I'm just like, man, I just feel like they went too far with it. This didn't need to be pushed that far. Like Terrifier 3, there's a reason to push to certain lengths that I've been talking about. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the whole point of that franchise. But the sadness, you're coming out the gate, man. You know, your first impression, it's like going to a party and like just putting your feet up on the table, you know, and just start talking as freely as possible, no filter. And like, man, I'm kind of that guy sometimes. Sometimes I come in like, dude, I'll come in, you know, and sometimes I'll say some shit that's fucking crazy, and it's like, relax, dog, you know. And I gotta like be taken aback, you know, and be like, okay, I gotta stop. You know, this is not the crowd for that sometimes, but I don't know, like if in the sadness too, maybe they were able to work that in a way that didn't feel like it was just like, we're just doing this to be fucked up, you know. That's my problem. For me, I want them to. Yeah, no, and Cosmic Urgency, you're right. It was too much for me. For me specifically. Everyone has their personal line, but you can't take moral stance when people feel what you are okay with is too much too. No, I mean, you're right. You're right. Like for me, it was just too much personally. I'm also of the opinion that if you're going to take it to that place and you're going to make it like this really horrifyingly awful thing, you should have a reason to do it. You know, and I think my thing with the sadness is they just don't. I just don't feel like they had a reason to do what they did. Where Terrifier 3 does. Like, Terrifier 3 does have a reason to push certain boundaries. But, I don't know. With sadness, I'm like, you had me sold. You know, you already struck oil. Right? You already struck oil, man. You already struck oil with the first 30 minutes of that. You didn't have to take it any farther than that. Haunting You is throwing $5 out there. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the $5. Haunting You comes in the streams every now and then and just like throws something crazy out there, and I love it, man. I love it, man. Found a new Friday the 13th, Neon Fear. Jason androids hunt people? What? And a group travels back to 1984 to find the original Jason to stop them. Is this a fan film, dude? No fucking way. What? That's insane. Stop the presses, baby. Hang on. We gotta look this up. Neon Fear. I have so many Friday the 13th fan films to watch. Neon Fear, Friday the 13th. I am so down for this. Ooh, 5 months ago, the trailer. This is relatively new, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out, dude. Shit. I have so many like Friday the 13th fan films to watch, man. I mean, like, listen, the Womp Stomp ones are obviously the most popular and also very fucking good, dude. Oh my God. I like Never Hike Alone 2. I could just gush over all day. So I don't know why I didn't do a review of that. Like, I was just so busy at the time when it came out, but fuck, that was good. Like, man, I'd put that on my list of movies that came out this year. Like, I'm like, it's up there with that. I really enjoyed that film. If you guys haven't watched Never Hike Alone, Never Hike Alone 2, man, it's a disservice to yourself, especially if you're a Friday the 13th fan, man. Sit down and watch those. They're so good. But this one sounds really cool. Jason Rising, I've heard, is like really cool too. And 13 Fanboy, I've yet to see that as well. And like, there's a bunch of horror icons in that movie too. Makes me sad. I haven't had time to sit down and watch these ones. I'm sure you guys have that same take about those fan films. It's like, dude, you're a Friday fan. You haven't seen those? Come on. I got to check this one out, Haunting You. That sounds fucking awesome. I'm down for it, man. Let's run it. Let's make it happen. Thank you so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm going to check this one out as soon as possible. Maybe when I'm done streaming too. I'm working tomorrow morning, but tomorrow night, man, I'm taking a chill pill, dog. We're vibing out. We're vibing out. We're making it happen. All right, I got a couple more questions in me, and I think I'm calling it quits for tonight. I had a lot of energy this afternoon. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, let's go. Let's do a 2.5 hour stream. Fuck it. Let's run them pockets. ABH Ninjas is saying, personally, I think Damien Leone knows their fan base, so they know the people who watch Terrifier 2 are going to like Terrifier 3, no matter how gory it is. I mean, that's also a really good point. You know, I think that, you know, with Terrifier 1 and 2 making a statement to push it with the gore, that's why I feel like Terrifier 3 has to push it. I mean, like, I don't think, like, you know, I already see people talking about, like, getting an idea of what I'm talking about. I don't think Terrifier 3 needs to necessarily kill a child. Like, it's not a necessary thing for the movie to do. It's not. But, like, to push the gore again, I think that is necessary. I do. And, you know, some people might disagree, but, like, that's a staple. It's a staple of this franchise. They got to take it to a new place. And it might be controversial, just like the last two films, man. But that's what it is. That's just what this franchise is, what it stands for, and it's to be expected. You know what I mean? Like, if you're clicking on a brand new horror movie and you're just like, oh, we're gonna do that. You know, we're gonna do what The Sadness did. It's like, whoa, oh my, Jesus Christ, man, holy fuck. But I think if you're expecting it, the blow is lesser, right? You know, and it's like, okay, we can enjoy this. We can be like, okay, this is cool. This is whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, of course Terrifier was going to go here. So I don't know, just my crazy opinion. Ella is saying not horror, but so excited to watch Iron Claw. I am with you, Ella. I'm hyped for this one too. I'm slowly but surely getting into wrestling. It's never been like my favorite thing, but I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Hell yeah. So I'm excited to see this movie. Looks like it's some great performances all around from everybody in the cast. Some great actors and actresses in this one. I'm hyped for it. I believe this is A24 too, if I remember correctly. This is one I haven't done a whole lot of reading about, but man, I'm so down. So very excited for it. Salem is saying my issue is I think people forget Art's origins in All Hallows Eve and what he did there as well. And see, this is pushing some boundaries, right? In All Hallows Eve, as most of us know, Art the Clown does kill children, but it's done off screen. I would say it's mostly tasteful, besides the the ending shot is like, whoa, holy shit, that's crazy. But like, that's the way to do it. You know, like when I talk about Art the Clown, killing a child on screen, I'm not talking about like, we're not going to do it in the same way that, Dawn dies in fucking Terrifier 1. That's too much. That's like way too fucking much, dude. Holy shit. But there's a way to do it in a way that's not going to be like, to the point where I got to turn away because I'm like, I can't even watch this. This is too much. There's a way to do it where it's like, okay, this is a typical horror movie, Think about Georgie's death in It, man. I mean, that's fucking brutal and you don't see the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it. That's all I'm saying. There's a way to do it where it would totally work. Look at oh my God, Cosmic Urgency. We're on the same page, baby. They watched and loved a kid get his arm ripped off and dragged into a sewer, but all of a sudden, oh my goodness, Yeah, no, dude, I just feel like they're gonna, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it again. I did a whole video on it. You guys know how I feel about that certain person who was saying crazy stuff about the Terrifier fan base, but yeah, man, I'm like, there's a way to do it where it works, I don't know. I'm just, shit. It's so funny to me. Like that whole drama is so funny to me. It's crazy. Salem is saying, then again, I've watched the Rocka Ronald McDonald videos, so I'm desensitized. Oh my God, their videos from back in the day were so funny. I grew up on that shit. Like that, those were my one of my favorite YouTubers growing up was Rocka, and it's so weird. Like as I've grown as a human being, like I started this page like four years ago, and like to see them make a horror movie is like crazy to me. It's like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like I loved their shit growing up, and now like I'm reviewing their movies on my YouTube channel. It's just like, wow, that's fucking awesome. So I don't know. I'm so happy for them. I loved Talk to Me. Loved it. So much fun. And I'm just so proud of them. So proud of them dudes. Before you go though, have you seen the Jester full length and short films as well? I've seen the shorts. I have not seen the full length movie though. So I absolutely need to check this out. I've heard some good things for the most part. I'm excited. It comes from Dread Central, another great place to get your horror news. So I got to watch this one. I got to check this out, Salem. I love the shorts though. I watched these like when they dropped. Like I remember when they came out on YouTube and they kind of blew up. Really good stuff. Really, really interesting concept for sure. So I'm excited to check this one out. I've been meaning to sit down and watch it. I might do that tonight. Fuck. What am I even doing? I'm not even doing shit tonight, man. I might sit down and watch a good horror movie. Why not? Why not, dog? Salem, thank you. I want to thank Salem. I just really appreciate you for stopping in, though. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking a little horror with us. Ladies and gentlemen, check out her fan film. It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you, it's going to be so good. She has been busting her ass on this. I know it's going to be good. Salem, all the love. All the love. I hope you kill it with your movie. Very good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had such a blast talking with you tonight. I will be live again on the 20th. Speaking of Red Right Hand, for the anniversary of the film, we're going live. We're talking about just making the movie. On Wednesday as well, I have a little special treat for Red Right Hand fans. I don't want to tell you what it is yet, but something's coming out that day. That's all I'm going to say. Something that's only been seen by patrons. It'll be live for everyone to check out on Wednesday. Actually, shit, I should work on that. I should work on that now. I'm almost done with it. Let's just say that. But check it out. Just check out this page on Wednesday. You'll see some cool stuff. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, Ella. Thanks for being here. Thanks for streaming and grinding as hard as you do. I really appreciate that, Ella. Thank you so much. I'm so tired all the time, but it's so worth it. It like this page, these people, It's so worth it. Every second of the work is worth it to me. So thank you. Thank you guys so much. Good night, everybody. Don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.